talkSPORT Sports Update with Trust a Trader. When it matters, get the job done marvellously well by a verified Trust a Trader professional.
talkSPORT.
With the 4 o'clock headlines, I'm Tom Clayton. Good afternoon. The Sheffield Wednesday manager is refusing to believe administration means automatic relegation. The Owls were placed into those measures today and are facing a 12-point deduction in the Championship. Henrik Pedersen's remaining defiant about the team, though.
I can promise one thing. It is that we will keep on working as hard and as good we have done since the first day. And I have a big belief that we can survive in the championship with this group of players.
The seats in Hillsborough's North Stand displaying Dafon Shansiri's name have already begun being removed. See pictures of that at talksport.com. Now, there's been plenty of talk about Liverpool this week after they finally snapped their 4-game losing streak. Arne Slot says he's not concerned about the form of Mo Salah either, and injuries to Isak and Gravenberch are better than expected. They take on a Brentford side tomorrow night live on talkSPORT, who cruise past a lacklustre West Ham on Monday. Heath Andrews is happy with where his squad's at.
Granted, we're going into a game that will be very, very difficult. We're very aware of that. But our confidence levels and where we are as a squad and as a club, I think, are in a pretty good place.
Speaking of West Ham, they face the arduous task of taking a trip to Elland Road this evening. Nuno's yet to win since becoming the Hammers' boss.
We have to improve. Concerned that this improvement must come, first of all, from individual players, the responsibility players that have to win their own game, their own duels. And then, for sure, as a team, we're going to improve.
Hear live and exclusive commentary of Leeds v West Ham tonight from 8. And Vitor Pereira has been fined £15,000 by the FA for misconduct during Wolves' game with Brighton earlier this month. Get more on that at talksport.com.
talkSPORT News.
A man who murdered 2 people and dumped their bodies in suitcases will spend at least 42 years in prison. And a bird flu prevention zone's coming in across Northern Ireland. More from the news team at past.
talkSPORT weather with QuickFit. Rain or shine, our mobile tyre fitting service comes to you so you can stay on the sofa this winter. Book today at quickfit.com. Conditions apply.
Cloudy in the northwest with heavy rain, which will be persistent at times. Elsewhere, a mix of sunny spells and scattered showers, feeling chilly.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Drive on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent is here, everyone.
Darren here, by the way. Darren
I
Bent.
just said that.
Hey,
I'm good, how are you?
You're not even going to say hello then, was you? You're going to just crack on, weren't you?
You can what on?
You're just going to crack on, weren't
Hello?
you?
Oh, hello? No, fine. Right, Jiggo, we've got a show for you today. We'll bring you all the build-up to our live and exclusive Premier League commentary this evening. West Ham head to Leeds. Hammers. How are you feeling ahead of the game? Is it a must-win game tonight so early on in the season? Alex Cook will be joining us ahead of the weekend's action in today's Ready, Steady, Cook. And we'll be joined by a British comedian and actor. Azim Chowdhury will be with us in the studio. Jabadi G, I'm very excited about that. What a great programme that is. All that plus Hugo Monyo will be joining us in the studio for an hour, and we'll hear from Sheffield Wednesday fans on a pretty dark day for the club. This is Drive, this is talkSPORT. You can get involved by picking up the phone 03717 223344.
We'll have a bit of that.
Oh, hello.
Oh, Moose, I'll talk to you after the show, Moose.
No worries.
Thanks, man. DB, how are you, Sneaker Freak?
Yeah, I'm good, you?
I should point out that Darren Bent is wearing a camouflage jumper, and as I saw him this morning and walked into the building, I went, "You've not got a jumper on, you must be freezing." To which Darren replied, "Yeah, I've got a jumper on."
And I,
One of the best and oldest gags in the world, and yet you still fell for it.
How are you?
I'm great, I'm really well. I played golf this morning.
Any good?
I left a lot out there, and I still hit a 93.
Does that mean you hit balls everywhere, or?
No. It means like I should have 2-putted when I should have 1-putted and things like that. So I didn't play great, but I still got 93, and that's good. Like 5 or 6 shots off that.
So are you getting better?
Yeah, I'm getting better. Yeah. I'm getting more confident, getting better. My chipping's a lot better.
Yeah.
Very confident. Playing against mine. Love it. Can't get enough of it. My golf is your paddle.
Yeah.
How are you? Oh, you had a bad day at the office this morning.
Yeah, got beat by Sam. Coach Sam.
That doesn't happen, does it?
Not really. Listen, Coach Sam, he was good this morning. Him and his partner, me and Ron.
Big Ron.
Yeah, we didn't play well today at all.
Are you loving paddle more than ever now?
Yeah. Every day I play. I'm playing again tomorrow morning. Can't wait.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? We're both obsessed with our sport at the moment.
Like, but you know, it's fun. It's a bad day though. I hate losing as you.
How many times could you play in a day, if your body allowed you to?
3 times. Easy.
Have you done a 3 yet?
I've done 2, and that was fine. I could have gone again.
Okay. Yeah, I've done 2 before. I played 36 holes. You play in the morning, you have a bit of lunch, you play again.
Yeah.
I could do that every day.
You couldn't. Your body would break.
No, my body wouldn't break. Get a little buggy, hop around, listen to TalkSPORT. Wow, amazing. Amazing
On brand. I like that.
You could do that, yeah. No problem at all. Busy show. I'm very excited that in no particular order, but we've got Azim Chowdhury join us in the studio. If you watch People Just Do Nothing, you'll know Jabari G. He'll be joining us in the studio. He's a big Newcastle United fan as well.
Is he?
Yeah, huge, like massive United fan. A Newcastle United fan. We were having a chat, me and him, last night, and all of a sudden we just got talking about films. I don't know if I'm meant to tell you this, but he's in a film with Sam Rockwell. I don't know if I can say that, but he told me last night. I think I can tell him. He's coming out soon. I think I can say that.
Sam Rockwell?
Yeah, who's one of my favourite actors.
Who's that?
Oh, Sam Rockwell is...
One of your favourite actors, you can't tell me anything he's in.
No. Give me 2 seconds. There's a film he made which I wasn't a big fan of called The Moon, but one of my favourite... You like it, Joe? One of my favourite films ever that he's in is... No, it's called Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, and it's about the fella that invented The Gong Show and Blind Date and the dating game. And apparently this is... I can't remember his name, but it's a true story based on this fella that invented it, and he claimed that he was a spy, like a secret agent for like the FBI, the LA, or whatever, and by day was a TV producer, and by night worked for the government. Oh. And so, you know, on Blind Date, here's the thing, you know, on Blind Date, they go, you've got a weekend away in, like, wherever it is, right? The Bahamas. He suggests that the reason those places were picked was because he had to go there on a mission. So they would literally kill 2 birds with 1 stone. It's a fascinating story. Oh. And Sam Rockwell's in that. George Clooney's in that. I think George Clooney produces it as well.
Okay, nice.
Great movie.
Sounds unbelievable.
Have you not seen it?
No, I wouldn't be watching that.
Oh, it's in. What's
the
he?
synopsis you just gave? No, thank you.
Jojo Rabbit. No, I started with that.
Jojo Rabbit.
Is it unbelievable? I started with that and I just forgot. I'm watching something at the moment. Sorry, Sarah, I have to tell you this. I've started watching it last night and I thought Bent is going to absolutely love this. Loads of people are raving about it, right? This is cool. I started watching it on the way home and I started watching it again on the way in. It's called Task. T-A-S-K. You ever seen that?
I started watching that on Sky, but the reason why I'm not watching it, because I'm watching it, is Iris. Something called Iris or something, which is decent about on Sky.
Yeah.
That Task on the list.
Okay. It looks amazing. I'm about halfway through the first step.
At the minute, I'm watching Hunted. What a program that is.
What's that? Oh, there they go, yeah.
Oh, but some people, honestly, I watch that program, and I find myself getting angry.
Well, because they're so stupid.
So stupid. What are you going home for? What do you think is going to happen?
I just can't get my head around. Sorry, Joe, it's Friday. We do what we want. I can't get my head around the fact that me and you could be being hunted, and we could be running through a forest, really flying through it, and no one's getting near us. But then you got a cameraman and a sound boom and all this, and people are following you. Well, surely they're going to be. If we're hiding, they're going to be seen, right?
So I thought that, and that's one part I don't understand. You know, if they're running to jump into a cab.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like they've got to wait for the camera. I ain't doing that. The cameraman. If I don't get no footage. No airtime, they ain't get no airtime, but I'm not waiting for the cameraman.
Come on, get in. We've got a busy show, so Azim will be joining us a bit later on. We've got Ugo Monye in the last hour.
Oh, shout out Ugo.
It's good, that.
My guy.
That's going to be great. By the way, if you're young, free and single, ladies, that's the hour you want to join us. But all of that is coming up a bit later on because we're going to start off talking about West Ham. They go to Leeds in a massive game at the bottom of the Premier League, and it's a game you can hear live right here on talkSPORT.
Well, no wonder they are protesting. No wonder they are booing.
We're in big trouble.
This West Ham side is so bad, they could get relegated.
We must transform this frustration in commitment and motivation so we can play better.
4 successive home league defeats. Hard to see how they pull this out of the fire. They've got big games, tough games to come. All games in the Premier League are tough. It is one of the best atmospheres ever.
I would say Leeds, come end of the season, will be there or thereabouts of staying up.
And it's popped in by Okafor, and it's 1-1.
It's such an intimidating place. Togetherness, unity, create a bond.
He's got to find a team quickly that he can settle on and trust to a place where they're harder to play against and harder to beat.
It's a biggie. It certainly is. West Ham got Leeds tonight with Nuno still looking for his first win as manager. They were beaten at home by Brentford on Monday night, which left them in 19th place with just 4 points from 8 games. Nuno has been speaking to the media ahead of tonight's game on talkSPORT, and he was asked if he has an impossible job on his hands at West Ham.
It's totally possible. Totally possible. Totally possible as long as we realize what are our main. First, detect which problems you are, then address them, improve on them, but more than anything, togetherness, unity, create a bond, that being able to be strong enough as individuals and then transform that. And it starts on Friday. So the frustration that we had when the game against Brentford finished, we must transform this frustration in commitment and motivation so we can play better.
I think it's a bit of a fascinating game. I really do. Every game is so important for West Ham, but have to start winning. If they've got any chance of staying up, it's games like this tonight they need 3 points from, right?
It is, yeah. I mean, Leeds ain't the easiest place to go, is it? I'm pretty sure they had an unbelievable home record as well. Maybe last year didn't get beat at home. Or say it was like a year or something. So they are quite strong at home, Leeds. But as you said there, they've only won 2 games this season. They've drawn a couple as well. West Ham and it's quite sad because we wouldn't have said at the start of the season West Ham would have to target games like this to try and stay up.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It's just at times of where they are. I thought it would work with Potter. It hasn't. I think it probably will work with Nuno, but I'm saying that. No signs of that yet. I think they've been really poor in a lot of their games. I mean, the Brentford one, I know, if anything, 2-0 to Brentford almost flattered West Ham because it probably should have been, 5-6 maybe?
At least, yeah. Well, not at least, but yeah, it should have been.
So it's going to be really fascinating to see how they kind of turn this around. But you're right. When they look at the game tonight, they have to look at it and go, like, a draw, yeah, I get it, a bit of stability, a draw. You have to win these games. You have to win these games.
Nuno came in for a bit of criticism for his selection on Monday night and also his subs that he didn't make. Are you expecting to see changes tonight?
I'm expecting criticism already. The guy's just got there. Let the guy breathe.
Know, but they need goals and they leave Callum Wilson on the bench, and he's come out and said that has nothing to do with his contract if he's on pay as you play.
My only thing with this, right, and I understand we're all sitting here and people are sitting down the team selection, right? But he sees more than we do.
Oh, cool. They all do.
Do you know what I mean? So he might be like, well, I'm not playing him because he doesn't look fit.
Yeah.
Or I don't think this game suits him. So we all sit here and go, no, just throw him on, start him. But he's the one who works him every day, and he might think, well, no, like I can't trust that player, or that player's not in the right headspace or condition to play for me. So I think it's way too early to criticise Nuno yet. I mean, but again,
I'm not criticising him.
Not you, but
I just wonder if he's starting to realise how big a job he's taken on.
Well, it would help if the supporters are in the stadium. How about they try that first? Do you know what I mean?
No, it's tough. The supporters are split.
Well, you can't criticise the manager's team selection, but then don't go in the stadium. It's one or the other.
Yeah, I don't really know where I stand on that. You are right.
Do you know what I mean? I understand.
At the same time, you're wrong.
100% understand about the owners.
Yeah.
But you then can't moan about the team selection if you're not even going to come in the stadium and support him.
Yeah, that's right. So what do you do as a fan?
That's the thing. This is why I do feel sorry for West Ham, because they're almost caught between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
They want the owners to go, but realistically, I think you almost have to choose the more realistic outcome. Like, they're not going anywhere.
You don't want West Ham to go down. Right. No matter what you say as a fan, you don't want that
exactly.
to happen.
So you almost have to, and get it, the owners, you don't like it, but Nuno's the one who's going to suffer. He needs your support. So you might have to just grin and bear it.
Yeah. Where the goal's going to come from, Leeds' perspective, Calvert-Lewin?
You say that, but then, I mean,
they've been struggling for goals.
Yeah,
right?
But I've said it before as well. Like, if you look at his record when he's fit, he's not prolific. Like,
no, he's not.
You know what I mean? He's never been prolific.
No.
So he had 2 years under Ancelotti.
He has little purple patches.
He scores maybe 3 and 4 or 2 and 3, and people go, okay. But they're going to have to find. I mean, Aronson's a good player, Jack Harrison, but they're going to just have to find. They're going to have to find. They can't just solely rely on Dominic Calvert-Lewin to get them the goals, because he just hasn't been that prolific for a number of years now. So they're going to have to rely maybe on set plays, maybe a midfield player coming up with a goal. But they're going to have to find it from somewhere.
The question we're going to ask you lot out there, I'll ask you as we go into the break, is it a must-win game for West Ham tonight, Benny?
Yeah, you have to win these. I'm not saying because they'll go down, but if you can't beat Leeds, you start telling me where you're gonna win games.
Okay. I mean, when you say if you can't beat, I mean, it's at Ellen Road, right, on a Friday.
I get it, but they're a newly promoted side.
Yeah.
And this is no disrespect to Leeds, but they were in the Championship last year.
Yeah.
And West Ham have been looking at, if they hadn't made the start they've made, they'd be looking at games like Leeds and going, we need to win them.
Yeah. Okay. Is he under pressure, Nuno?
Not yet.
He's not?
No.
Madness, isn't it?
Madness.
Okay. I mean, we same question for Big Ange, and he went.
Yeah, true. True. But yeah, but he came in and it was just...
It was awful, yeah.
Awful.
We'll talk about Forest a bit later on. What would the score be tonight? Game you can hear live on talkSPORT, Leeds against West Ham.
I'm going to say 2-2.
Are you?
Yeah.
Think there'll be goals, but no one wins?
Yeah.
I'm going 3-1 Leeds.
Ooh, you think they're going to get beat, West Ham?
Yeah. I think they get smashed. They're so slow everywhere.
Yeah, trust.
So slow everywhere.
Wow.
Okay. Leeds fans, you can have your say on tonight's game. And West Ham fans, is it must win? 03717 223344. Real busy show on Friday's Drive, but that's how we start with West Ham and Leeds chat. Shut up on talkSPORT. It's me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent is alongside me. Still to come, we'll be looking ahead to Joseph Parker against Fabio Wardley. You can hear that one live on talkSPORT tomorrow evening. Just quickly, Marcus Rashford has said he wants to stay at Barcelona beyond this summer when his loan ends. And Danny Rowe lost his first game in charge of Rangers. Dear, last night they were smashed 3-0 away to Bran. I think it's a cornflake. We're taking your calls. Is it a must-win game for West Ham tonight? That one for the Hammers away at Ellen Road is live and exclusive on talkSPORT. 03717 223344 is the number you can dial. Scott is not a happy Hammer, but he's certainly a West Ham fan. Hi, Scott. How are you? Scott, you there?
Scott,
can you hear me? My fade is up. Scott, well, let's go to line 2 then. Let's see if we can hear from Russell. Russell, we can. Russell, you there?
Hello, Andy. Hello, Darren. You okay?
Hello, mate. You right?
How are you?
Yeah, I've been better. Especially supporting West Ham. I think we've got to win just purely and simply to keep on the coattails of some of these teams that are above us, because it's not looking good already. I just want to take up one of the points that Darren said about giving Nuno a bit of time. I'm not sure playing a left back and a right back in the opposite positions is a great idea. I don't know what he sees in training.
But the manager before played them in the right positions and nothing happened. So you've got to try something.
Yeah, but Ollie Scars is just learning his trade, and AWB seems to have fallen off the planet. Carl Walker-Peters is doing well, so why change that? But the other thing as well is, you're bringing Irving into a team, lovely bloke, but he's no good. He's a slow player, still persisting with Souček for whatever reason. And again, we don't see it in training, but picking up on this Callum Wilson point as well, you could have played Messi up top on Monday night. We wouldn't have scored because we weren't getting any support to him at all. So it's flat across the board, and I just think we're blaming the board all the time and this, that, and the other, but we've got to take a bit of responsibility. The managers have got to take some responsibility, and the players have as well, because there's no fight. There was nobody biting into tackles, and one of the blokes on Sky Sports said we're going down with a whimper, which is terrible for us. I don't mind losing. West Ham lose games, simple as, but we just need a little bit of bite in there. And I was reading an article about Declan Rice. We started to spiral when we lost Declan Rice, but to replace Declan Rice was probably impossible because of the player he was. So you can't make that an excuse, but we wasted our money. And then Nunes bringing on Rodriguez on Monday night. Now, the bloke ain't been near or tail the first team. He's absolutely useless, and he brings him on, and half-time 3 substitutions, and they're all defenders.
Yeah, but Russell, he's got to try something, because whatever Potter was doing before, and it wasn't working. So if he'd have come in and done the exact same thing, people would have gone, "Well, we ain't changed anything."
Yeah,
he's got to try. I think he's got to try something.
Gavin's a West Ham fan. Hi, Gav.
Hello, mate. You all right? Hello, Darren. You all right, lad?
Hello, mate, you all right?
Thanks, man. Off you go, pal.
Yeah, no, I just want to reiterate. I can't even bloody say the word now. What the last caller said. It's all well and good saying you've done why the fans are criticising the selection, but at the end of the day, like he said, you found Ollie Scholes, who's never played right back in his life, and he's only young. He's never, even in the under 21s, the under 18s, he's never played right back. And then he puts him in, and that Brentford game was a must-win game, and he puts him in a high-intensity pressure situation like that at right back. And you could see it throughout the game. The poor lad didn't know whether he was coming or going.
He must have seen something in training about the kid to give him.
Well, remember Arsenal shoved Saka at left back?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think what you see was, I thought what he was saying was Brentford were playing with inverted wingers, and maybe he thought play with inverted fullbacks, it might sort of counteract that.
Yeah.
But it didn't. And if you're going to do that, that's all well and good. But then maybe play youth on the right, who's got more experience.
Yeah.
And then you go on about, and then you two said it just a minute ago about the mobility in the midfield.
Yeah, none.
But then you're saying why we criticise him when he played Souček. Is about as mobile as a wooden board. The same as Rodriguez, Andy Irving, and then he plays Paqueta as a false nine. Who, let's be honest, I'd take £2.50 in a packet of full scratchings for him by now.
But my only thing with this, and I understand that. What I don't get is like it's like they've forgotten about what came before, because Potter was playing all these players, or some of them in the natural positions, and they were just as bad.
No. Well, didn't Spurs do? Was it Archie Gray? Remember, they gave him a great chance. They played him out of position.
And he was brilliant. Centre half.
Yeah, so you can get players that step up and they're young enough.
Saka, left back. when he first into left back. Now he's playing right wing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But that these players can step up. But I just think, not like his excuses, but I just think to myself, he has to try something.
He has to. Let's speak to Scott, also a West Ham fan. Hi, Scott.
Hello, good afternoon, Darren. Good afternoon. Sorry, good afternoon, Andy. Good afternoon, Darren.
Good boy.
I apologise. I spoke to you on Monday after the game. I'm driving up to Leeds tonight, and yeah, it's a must-win game. It is a must-win game. We're playing against a team that's come up from the Championship, but the thing is, they've got legs, like the callers have said before. They've got runners. They really have got runners. For me, Paqueta, I wouldn't drop him. I'd just drop him deeper into the team. Let him play like in a sort of quarterback role, if you know what I mean. Just picking the ball up deep, and because he has got ability. There's no doubt in it. You don't play for Brazil without having abilities. So I'd drop him a bit deeper. He can win a tackle because he's no good up top. Unless he needs to see stuff in front of him. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like, get his head up, look, and see what he can find. If he's the main man up top, it doesn't work. So he's got to start with. I'd start with Magassa and Paqueta as the two holding midfielders, and try that Fernandes, who's got he's got a bit more pace. Play him as like sort of the 10 sort of role. And start Callum Wilson. If they all this rubbish about getting like, if they're bothered about paying a player because for his making an appearance, well then pay him because he might score a bloody goal.
Can I ask you? There's obviously a problem between your manager and Ward Prowse. Do you think his last West Ham appearance has been made?
Yeah, absolutely, and it should be. It should be. And can I just say before I go?
Yeah.
I'd like to give a shout out, if that's all right, to my mate Charlie and his son Thomas. His son's birthday today, so hopefully West Ham win for Thomas.
Okay.
So nice one. Thank you very much, lads. And I listen. I do feel as though that if West Ham don't win tonight, I cannot see where our next result comes from, because none of them are getting any easier. And the Premier League, the teams that have come up, like Sunderland gave us a lesson on day one, you know. And each game we've played, and typical West Ham, we go and employ the bloke that we got the sack. So, you know, like that's the only. Even in that game, for 80-odd minutes, we were rubbish until we brought Somerville on.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of them where I understand there's a lot of frustration about, but I do think that they need to just let him try, and he's obviously still trying to figure things out. He's probably thinking, well, I don't know, is this bad?
No, and we haven't even mentioned Max Hillman. There's just no pace in that.
None.
Team, is there?
And even that to Debo, boy, slow as well.
Yeah. A reminder, that game is live and exclusive on talkSPORT tonight. Leeds United against West Ham United. Still to come on our show, we're looking ahead to Joseph Parker against Fabio Wardley. That one's live on talkSPORT tomorrow night. But first, it's time for No Googling. After Nottingham Forest scored 2 penalties last night. Ryan, no Googling. I've mentioned it, thank you. Sorry, I mean Jack. Jack, you're appalling mistake. After Forest scored 2 pens last night, we want to know which player holds the Premier League record for scoring the most penalties in one game.
That could have been me, but I took 3 in one game, didn't I?
Yeah, against
Gomez, Tottenham.
Yeah. The answer and more. We've got a busy show. It's coming up live and drive on talkSPORT after this.
More bad news for Sheffield Wednesday fans. The club have now filed for administration. They owe £1 million in unpaid taxes. Wednesday are already bottom of the Championship and could face a 12-point deduction. Elsewhere, Alexander Isak's groin injury is not as severe as Arne Slot first thought. The striker is a maybe for Brentford, live on talkSPORT tomorrow night.
Alex, not too bad. Question mark for the weekend, so let's see where he is then.
Jeremy Frimpong will be out for at least 2 weeks with a hamstring injury, though. Meanwhile, Sandro Tonali's touch and go for Newcastle's game at home to Fulham tomorrow. This week, it was revealed the midfielder agreed a contract extension during his betting ban. Eddie Howe says Tonali came out of that stronger.
I think most importantly, it was how he conducted himself in that ban, and I thought he was brilliant, and that's of course led to his brilliant performances since he's come back.
And a major NBA betting scandal could get even bigger. That's according to our US writer Brian T. Smith.
We have no idea where this is going to go, but these hints that this is just the tip of the iceberg, it has to have the NBA in total fear right now.
A top coach and NBA player are among dozens arrested as part of an investigation into illegal betting and rigged card games.
Yeah, that's how we do Fridays. Oh, what a tune this is, Brian. Turn it up.
Nah, do you know what? Hey, right. Right. Turn it down, please, bro.
No. This is
Next break,
unbelievable.
there's an advert. I need this tune, right? Who sings the tune goes, "You're not alone."
Brilliant.
And
Doing this
we're
over
here.
Prodigy.
All right, that tune is...
Hey, I don't talk over your music.
Hey, Karen.
Turn it up a bit,
Right.
Brian.
You know that tune I'm talking about, right? That's just hard, isn't it? You're not... Yeah, I don't want that Tinchy Strider
Right, turn it
version.
up.
I want the
Turn it up,
original
man.
version. You're not alone.
Oh, I don't talk over your stuff.
Alright, tune though, Joe, innit? But no one can hear this.
I want to hear it. Oi, don't be rude.
No one's hear it.
Don't be rude. All right?
This isn't even music, it's just noise.
Oi. Just be careful.
There's no one in their
Just be
car
careful.
right now that are doing this.
It's all right. It's all right. Just be careful.
It's not.
Just be careful.
It's not.
All right?
It's not.
Just be careful.
Who sings this?
Prodigy.
Oh, God bless my man, the main guy. Legend.
Well, not the main guy.
What's
but
his
yeah.
name? What's the main guy's
Keith.
name? Yeah, shout out Keith, man. He was a legend, man.
He was a legend, yeah. You finished? Slagging people off left, right and centre?
No, let's
well, I tell you what, we hear your music and we just go, oh, great music, great. When it's
You
mine...
slag off
when
Michael
it's-
Jackson, something
Yeah,
rotten.
there's a reason for that. Before the-
Hey, say wait.
I'm not... before the break, I asked... I can do that, by the way, because he's not about to sue me. So I can do that.
No, you can't.
To my heart's content. Legally, I can, actually, I think you'll find.
I'll sue you.
Yeah, you can sue me. He can't. We want to know which player holds the Premier League record for scoring the most penalties in one game. I haven't got a clue. I haven't done a clue. I'll give you something, right?
Tell me.
Okay, fine. Patrick Kluivert. Sorry, Justin Kluivert, not Patrick. You're not even listening to me. I'm going to turn all the tellies off in here now. I honestly, it's like doing a show with a 2-year-old.
Never known such a baby. Just go with the.
Right, you ready? Do you want to concentrate?
Yeah.
Still to come, we'll be looking ahead to a massive weekend in the Premier
Baby,
League.
innit?
Ready, steady, cook. But now there's a big old night of boxing live on talkSPORT tomorrow.
I'm happy that he put up his hand. There are a lot of fighters that say they want to fight, but they fight anyone. But they're just saying it, you know?
Past this fight is the Alexander Usyk fight, and that's not a massive fight. That is the fight. That is everything.
The winner of it will be the next challenger to Usyk.
He's a WBA mandatory. I'm WBO, but we're not going to sit around and wait. We want to be busy.
Big right hand there from Parker, and down goes McCauley. This is great work from Parker. The legs are completely gone of Wilder.
Big Joseph Parker.
I think this is a good example of we will fight anyone.
Oh, he's put him down. I don't believe it. Wardley has put Wardley down with the right hand.
The real drama, the real excitement will come on the 25th.
Cannot wait for this one. talkSPORT brings you more heavyweight boxing. Tomorrow's Joseph Parker and Fabio Wardley face off on the WBO interim title. It's live from the O2 Arena. Our expert boxing team will keep you right across a busy fight week. And don't forget, of course, you can watch along with us on the night on the talkSPORT Boxing YouTube channel. Let's look ahead to that fight now as we say hello and good evening to talkSPORT's Gareth A. Davis and, of course, the wonderful Tyler Goodjot. Sorry, my mistake, Spencer Oliver. Hi, boys.
Good afternoon, Andy.
How are we doing?
Yeah, well, you look sharp, Spence. Look at you, my God. How are you both? Are you well? You all right?
Very well, mate, very well. Yeah, we're here for the weigh-in here at Spitalfields Market, and yeah, can't wait for this one. Great fight on Saturday night. Obviously, Fabio Wardley challenges Joseph Parker to see who gets that shot at Alexander Usyk. Can't wait.
Listen, there's a bit of a delay on the line, so I'll ask you the question. You boys have a little chat, and then Bennett will take over and so on. So my question to you, Spence, and then straight after Gareth, you can answer. I'm really fascinated by this fight because I think the longer it goes on, Joseph Parker obviously looks like the favourite. But if one of them's going to knock the other one out, I feel Fabio Wardley's got the stronger punch.
Well, it's an interesting one because you say that because on paper it looks like Fabio Wardley is the bigger puncher of the two. You know, all but one of his fights have come inside the distance. But if you look at Joseph Parker early on in his career when he was boxing that calibre of opponent, he had 18 of his first 21 fights inside the distance before he boxed Andy Ruiz and won the world title. That seems like so long ago now. We're talking 9.5 years ago he was world champion, and Gareth, he's so close to getting that again, but it's a potential banana skin here against Fabio Wardley, who does start the overwhelming underdog going into this one, but it's a good fight.
You can't write Fabio Wardley off because he is a very, very dangerous puncher, and he's knocked out 90% of his professional opponents. But what Joseph Parker is a very good cumulative puncher, and we've seen that against world-class opponents, that he has very strong hands, good movement, good footwork, and that's what he'll want to utilise in this fight. And he will want to chop Wardley down round by round and outbox him and land heavy shots. That said, there are dangers for Parker because he's sometimes easy to hit at times, and that's what Wardley will be looking for, just those little openings in the door. It's a brilliant, intriguing fight, Andy, in many, many ways.
Spence, how much do you think Fabio would have learnt from that Justice Hooney fight where he probably lost every single round, then of course he unloaded that absolute bomb to knock him out, but he was outboxed for such a long spell in that fight. How much do you think he would have learnt from that?
Yeah, he was outboxed for the whole of the fight. You know, Justice Hooney was the kid that had that amateur pedigree, a lot like Joseph Parker as well, where he had travelled around, and that became evident straight away. And Fabio Wardley was frustrated. He looked a little one-dimensional there as well. But what we did learn about Fabio is, you know, he's got that fighting spirit, and he doesn't lose heart, he doesn't lose his soul at all, and he sticks with it, and he pulled it out the bag. He would have learnt, Gareth, so much from that fight, because this is a guy that started off in white collar, you know, 10 years ago the first time he walked into a boxing gym, and look where he's got to now. So on the job, he's still very much learning, and for me, that was probably the biggest learning fight of his career so far.
In many ways, Fabio Wardley, this is a win-win for him because he's jumping up 2 levels here from David Adelaide, from Fraser Clark, against a wizened kind of... He's a veteran, Joseph Parker, but still a young man. And the thing about him is he's come through some big fights recently as well. Knocked down twice by Zhilei Zhang, coming back to win that fight. kind of upending Deontay Wilder over a long fight, hard fight, where he really showed that he's got the wherewithal. He's a bigger man now. They built him physically. He'll be 18.5 stone on the scales here without giving away any of his speed or agility. I think Parker is still a big favourite, as I say, but Fabio Wardley will want to take this moment. From white collar, being a recruitment consultant, to making the fairy tale ending and maybe facing Alexander Usyk if he wins.
Gareth, I'll stay with you for this question, then you can get Spencer's view on it. I mean, this fight was always going to be exciting. It just feels there's an extra bit of spice added to it because the winner looks like he's going to fight Usyk next.
Yeah, definitely. There's so much to gain from a victory against the undisputed, the king of the division right now, Alexander Usyk. But one other thing on Joseph Parker as well, going into this, he's been the fall guy. They wanted Deontay Wilder to win because Turki Al-Sheikh said if Wilder won, he would face Anthony Joshua. Zhilei Zhang seemed like the house favourite. Martin Bakole was thrown at him at late notice when Daniel Dubois stepped aside. And for the first time ever yesterday at the press conference, I saw Joseph Parker slightly irate, and I spoke to Andy Lee about it last night, and they're keeping his emotions in check because he feels slightly disrespected by Wardley and his team.
Well, I think it's a great opportunity for Fabio Wardley. Obviously, you know, this fight is billed as all or nothing, and that's exactly what it is. Yeah. And Joseph Parker has waited a long time to get this opportunity, and he's come through the fighters that you have mentioned, you know, and he's been picking up those wins, and he deserves this shot more than anyone. So, yes, the pressure is very much on Joseph Parker. We saw that a little bit yesterday. He had the game face on, but if anything, that has stoked the fire, and we may see something quite different from Joseph Parker, an explosive start maybe.
Spence, out of the two guys, whoever wins it, which one of the two fighters do you think would give Usyk the most problems?
Oh, for me, I think it's Joseph Parker. I think that he's got that experience, you know, and you know, he's had his knockbacks in his career and he's gone away, he's rebuilt and he's come back bigger, better and stronger from that. I mean, if you look at Joseph Parker, you go, he's very much a young veteran. That is rare in boxing. Yeah. You know, he's only 33 years of age in the prime of his career, but won a world title, you know, back in 2015, 2016. It was a long time ago, but he's in the best form of his career now. For me, Parker is the most dangerous heavyweight out there for Alexander Usyk.
I don't agree. I think Joseph Parker doesn't beat Usyk. I don't think Fabio Wardley beats Usyk. The guy I give the best chance outside Moses Tauman in about a year's time is Ajit Kabayel. He goes to the body. Usyk doesn't like body shots. He's the guy who's going to fight in January under the Queensberry banner in Germany. We don't know the opponent yet, but for me, he's the guy that gives Usyk problems, Kabayel.
Okay, listen, before I let you go, I've got two questions for you. The first one, who's going to win and what round? Spence?
So, yeah, that's. I'm going to go for Joseph Parker. I think that Joseph Parker wins a grueling 12-round fight.
I agree with that, but don't rule out a shock knockout late in the fight.
Okay.
For Fabio
Wardley. Last question.
That's Gareth sitting on the fence again there,
Always.
boys.
Last question to you, Spence. What's going on with Tyler Goodjohn? Have you made it up yet? Have you apologised?
He's here.
Yeah, I'm hoping he is here, mate.
Here.
Let's see.
He's hovering over there.
Is he really? Is he there?
Tyler is. He's had a couple.
Yeah, he's coming tomorrow night as well.
Of course he's not. It's Gareth's mate, isn't it? Gareth's got his nose
stirring.
Anyway, we'll move away from that. But no, I've not seen him, mate. Not spoken to him. We've invited him on the shows, and he declined that, but then says that he wants to come to the show. So let's hope he turns up tomorrow night, and we can have a little face-to-face.
And I'll referee it.
You don't need to referee, mate. It'll be quite quick.
Boys, keep up the great work. Loving your stuff. See you soon.
Cheers,
Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Spence Oliver, Gareth Davis. They're amazing together, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
I'm really looking forward to this fight. Really looking forward to it. Because I think usually you go to a fight and you go, he'll smash him or he'll smash him. I just can't tell them apart. I know obviously it's Parker favourite, but it wouldn't surprise me if Wardley won, would it? Would it you?
I think just because Parker's was really good, wasn't he? He had that spell Wilder and Zhang. But you almost go where he has been put down a couple of times. I forgot Zhilei Zhang knocked him down a couple of times. And Wardley's got that power. See, if he just hits him. But no, you're right. It's one of them where I hope Fabio wins.
Yeah.
I really hope he wins, but it's going to be tough.
It's difficult because Fabio, we know, loves Ipswich and we're used to seeing them lose. It's going to be tough. A reminder, that fight Joseph Parker against Fabio Wardley is live on talkSPORT tomorrow evening.
When I throw the head kick, baby, you run.
Talk over it, yeah?
You can, mate. You enjoy yourself.
Surely it's plain to see.
Who's this?
Olive.
Brilliant.
Oh, bang on.
Rather talkSPORT me and
Look at everyone in there.
I don't care, mate. Stop nodding.
Why wear them silly shades?
I'm reading. They've got glasses in.
Can we get a solo on Andy, please?
Do you need a close-up?
Yeah, whatever it is. Look at
Hit it, Ryan. There. I know, I thought it kicked in there, doesn't. Still to come, we'll be looking ahead to a massive weekend in the Premier League. In ready, steady, cook. Just quickly, Marcus Rashford has said he wants to stay at Barcelona beyond the summer when his loan ends. And, more importantly, here's the chance to win talkSPORT's biggest cash prize ever, as you play to win up to £100,000 completely tax-free. Plus, you get to visit talkSPORT Towers on Thursday, the 13th of November, to play for that life-changing cash prize. Stop what you're doing. Here's how to enter.
18 plus UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text the word cash to 83338 and you're in the draw. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. You must have the bill payer's permission, or you can enter for free by calling 0330 880 3338. All entries must be received by the 6th of November at 4 p.m. This is a TalkSPORT limited promotion run on TalkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations. Full terms and conditions at talksport.com.
Good luck, everyone. Oh, Olive. Was she from On the Buses?
Hey, tell us you were banging.
Time now for this. Sorry.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. With Paddy's Super Sub, your new bet rolls over to the new player coming on.
T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
It's time now for today's bet builder with the friends of Paddy Power. Let's welcome Matt Kerr to the show. Matty, how are you?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I get off work as soon as this is done and I can enjoy all the sport that's on this week.
All right, well, thanks for coming on. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you.
We've got you on because we're looking forward to tomorrow afternoon in the Premier League as Chelsea play Sunderland at the Bridge. Before we talk about our runners and riders, can you remind everyone how the bet builder works and the charity that may benefit?
Yeah, so we'll be raising money for the Attitude Foundation if we're lucky enough to get a winner, raising money for LGBT causes up and down the country. The bet builder itself, it's an accumulator on events within one game, so cards, shots, fouls, goals, anything you can think of, we've probably got a bet builder market for it.
Right, it's a 5-minute bet builder. These are our picks. I've gone for over 3.5 goals. I think there'll be goals, so I've gone for over 3.5 goals.
Yeah, as good a defence Sunderland have had this season. Chelsea have had a 5-1 with Ajax, 3-1s with Brighton and Bayern. Even if they lost both of them, they're over 2 and 3.5. They still count. And a 2-2 draw with Brentford and a 5-1 win over West Ham. There is rarely a dull moment with Chelsea these days.
I've gone for Chelsea to win.
Yeah, they're on 4 on the trot at the minute, and with games like Liverpool and Benfica in there, you would think at home at Stamford Bridge they would have a much better chance of winning than against Sunderland.
Okay, everyone's favourite producer. Oh, it's producer Joe today. Sorry, he's up next. What's he gone for?
He's gone for Estevao to have one shot on target, which you can understand. He's an absolute star in waiting, finally starting to bet into the Chelsea team. And on top of that, he's averaging 1.35 shots on target per 90. Even if he doesn't play the 90 with Paddy Power's super sub, you've got quality off the bench and a very, very deep Chelsea attack.
Okay, next up the people. They've gone for both teams to score.
Yeah, and you can't blame them. Chelsea's only kept one clean sheet in the league since opening day, and it was against Ange Postecoglou's Nottingham Forest, so it's a trend you can really see continuing this week.
And Matt, the last one is yours. What are you gone for?
I've got Granit Xhaka to commit 2 or more fouls. He's a nailed 90-minute player, and he's going to be up against it against a very tough Chelsea side. He has been averaging 1.3 fouls per game so far, but that's with Sunderland having probably the best run of fixtures of any team in the league so far, and the pressure's now against him.
Okay, amazing. Can you just confirm the odds and value of the charity bet one more time for me?
Yes, so for the Attitude Foundation, if we're lucky enough to get a winner, it'll be £10, pays out £94.76, just shy of 17-2 this week.
Matt, all that means you can go home now. Thanks for coming on. Have a nice weekend.
Aren't I lucky?
Thanks, man. See you soon.
Thank you. Take care.
There you go. That's Paddy Power's bet builder for today. Minimum 125 plug 18 plus begambleaware.org.
Paddy Power on talkSPORT. With Paddy's Super Sub, your new bet rolls over to the new player coming on.
T's and C's and exclusions apply. 18 plus, begambleaware.org.
We have got an unbelievable 2 hours coming up, right? So in no particular order, in the last hour, our mate Ugo Monyo will be joining us in the studio.
Yeah.
Right? And among other things, we're talking about Tom Aspinall fights this weekend.
Yeah.
You a big UFC fan?
I'll watch that fight.
All right, so he's pay-per-view.
Yeah, I'll still watch
it. On the same time as the Liverpool game, which is a little bit silly. But anyway, Ugo Monyo, I don't know if you saw the clip producer Joe stuck on our group, has grappled with Tom Aspinall. Have you seen that?
No.
He's a big lump, isn't he?
So is Ugo.
Oh, that's what I meant. I mean, Ugo's a big lump.
Yeah.
He nearly takes him down. He's up for about 30 seconds, but it's good. So we'll talk to him about that, and of course loads of football. He's an Arsenal fan, right? So we'll talk to him about that. And there's lots of women's Premiership rugby and football as well coming up. The FA Cup is back for the women. And in the next hour, in about half an hour's time, Azim Chowdhury will be with us in the studio, British comedian, actor, writer, is in a big movie coming up, and also star of People Just Do Nothing.
Yep.
You've seen it? I've seen it. It's one of the best comedies out there.
Yeah.
It's fantastic. So Azim Chowdhury will also be joining us in the next hour, as will Alex Crook when we come back, because Fridays mean we've run out of guests, and more importantly, Alex Crook will be with us for this week's Ready Steady Cook right after this, live on Drive on talkSPORT.
Sheffield Wednesday have been deducted 12 points by the EFL and placed into administration. Begbie's trainer, the firm which previously worked with Wigan Athletic, has been appointed to run the club short term. But Alex Crook says it's not all doom and gloom for Wednesday.
I do think this could be short-term pain for long-term gain, forcing the hand of Delphont Chansiri. What kind of an egomaniac, by the way, do you have to be to have your own name emblazoned on the stand at Hillsborough when you look at what damage that guy has done to the football club?
Well, pictures from Hillsborough today show the owner Chansiri's name already being removed from the North Stand. You can see those photos at talksport.com. Elsewhere today, Vitor Pereira has been fined £15,000 for misconduct during Wolves' game with Brighton earlier this month. An FA statement says he's admitted the charge of improper conduct. Some good news for Liverpool fans now. Both Alexander Isak and Ryan Gravenberch could both be available this weekend. But there's no Alisson or Jeremy Frimpong for talkSPORT's exclusive commentary of their match with Brentford tomorrow night. Arne Slot has given his verdict on the goal-scoring form of Mohamed Salah.
We're not used to him missing chances, let alone a few games in a row, but these things can happen. I could come up with it's easier maybe to finish a chance if you're 3-1 up than if you're 1-0 down.
More positive injury news now, this time for Newcastle. Johan Wissa may be returning to action within the next 2 weeks. Also for Chelsea, an update from Enzo Maresca on Liam Delap.
Liam took part of the session yesterday with the team for the first time, so he's not going to be available for tomorrow game, but probably for the next one, yes.
The NBA should be in total fear right now. That's according to our US sports writer, Brian T. Smith. It's over a major betting scandal which has seen dozens arrested, including a top player and coach. Get the full story, as always, at talksport.com. And Brighton keeper Sophie Baggerly has been called up to the Lionesses. That's after Hannah Hampton withdrew from the squad with an injury.
Well, Matt, to our number 2 drive and talk sport with everyone's favourite me, Andy Goldstein, and whoever turns up on a Friday, it's Darren.
I do like a big tasty.
I bet you do. Still to come, we'll be joined in the studio by comedian Azim Chowdhury. I'm very, very, very excited about it. He's one of the stars of People Just Do Nothing. Can't wait for that. But first, it's another massive weekend of Premier League football across the talkSPORT network.
The latest episode of the greatest drama in the world.
Where you really have to expect the unexpected. Or West Ham are not United.
You have to change it and improve.
Popped in by Okafor, 1-1 at Ellen Road.
Dominic Szoboszlai, 25 yards out, drills it into the bottom corner.
A Liverpool back?
Slammed into the net by Matthias Jensen. It's 2-0. Super goal from Brentford.
And Manchester United, they've won at Anfield.
But now we need to focus on the next.
Brighton 2, Newcastle 1. Danny Welbeck.
Reece James smashes it home. Chelsea lead 3-0.
It's Sunderland 2, Wolves 0.
There is just no stopping Erling Braut Haaland.
Buendia has provided the finish, but what a ridiculous pass it was in the build-up. Semenyo getting to the byline, now pulling it back. Oh, how has he squeezed that in? Gibbs White takes a step back, runs up, right-footed, sends the keeper the wrong way.
Arsenal getting their 6th win of the campaign and reclaiming top spots in the Premier League.
Curling shot! Anyone in time!
Kudus comes back in on his left foot, draws the ball down low to the left, and produces a brilliant finish.
This is Premier League football at its best.
Yeah, after a busy week of European football, the Premier League returns this weekend. The talkSPORT network, of course, we've got you covered. Following us at 7 tonight, you can hear live commentary of Leeds against West Ham. Then from 1 p.m. tomorrow, Adrian Durham, the GOAT, takes you around the grounds with all the goals as they go in from the Premier League and EFL. And then at 8 p.m. tomorrow, we bring you live commentary of Brentford against Liverpool, with Arne Slot's side looking to avoid a 4th straight league defeat. defeat. The easiest way to stay across everything is simply by downloading the talkSPORT app, where you can swipe between talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2. Right, time now to throw Jack under a bus.
By the way, do you two like haddock? Dinner, either swordfish and salad or steak and calamari.
I actually had an ice cream outside the Trevi Fountain in Rome.
I did have a burger today. You do tend to let it slip on a Sunday.
Cooking me off today, Alex!
Yes, this is Ready Steady Cook, where talkSPORT's chief football correspondent, Alex Cook, looks ahead to some of the biggest games in the Premier League before he goes off to a family barbecue. One that he really doesn't want to be at. Let's say hello and welcome him to the show. Cookie, good evening to you.
Good evening. No family barbecue, but I am off to the pub in a minute.
Oh, nice picture of Cantona behind him.
Yeah, where are you? It looks like you're in a prison cell.
I'm in my extension.
Oh, the one the HMRC aren't too aware of, yeah? That one, yeah?
That's the one.
Okay. Are you all right? You good? Your hair looks good today, if you don't mind me saying.
Yeah, it's this new product, Goldstein's Golden Paste. It's worked miracle.
Man,
Why does Cricket look like he's reading that off like a script?
I sent him a script earlier on. I see Matterface has jumped on the bandwagon now.
Yeah, he whipped it out mid-show.
Whoa.
And the paste.
It's a family show, Cookie. There's no need for that.
But I did say to him, Goldstein's given this to literally everybody he's ever met. You're not special.
Well, actually, that's not the case. I only give it to people I really like. And you've got a jar as well, for some reason. I'm not quite sure. Right, listen, let's jump straight in. Do you want to read the headline, Benny, or not?
No, you can do it.
I don't want to read the headline. Let's get on to previewing the weekend's football in the Premier League shortly. But first, we need to start with the big news that Sheffield Wednesday have been placed into administration and hit with a 12-point deduction by the EFL. In fact, Wednesday fans, we'll take your calls on this in about 10 minutes' time. So Wednesday fans, get dialing 03717 22 334. Cookie, can you just bring us up to speed on the very latest surrounding this scenario, please?
Yeah, as you say, we got wind this morning that Sheffield Wednesday would be placed into administration imminently. Obviously, it happened officially a few hours later. Begby's trainer, the administrators who've come in and have now been charged with trying to find a new owner for the football club. Obviously, the 12-point deduction is bad news. That will pretty much seal their relegation to League One. I think they probably would have ended up being relegated anyway. But I do feel like this is the first chink of light for Sheffield Wednesday fans. They boycotted the game in number against Middlesbrough in midweek. They're now being urged to turn out in their droves for the home game with Oxford tomorrow, and they'll respond to that. I'm sure Hillsborough will be packed to the rafters because obviously every penny helps now and it doesn't go into the pocket of Delphon Chansiri, their now former owner. The club shop has been very busy today with fans who previously were boycotting, buying replica shirts and such. And I think ultimately they will find a new owner, the administrators, and the future for Sheffield Wednesday looks a lot brighter. It's sad that it's come to this because, for me, Sheffield Wednesday, one of the grand old clubs in English football, but hopefully this is the start of a new dawn.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, Crookie, because, listen, going into administration isn't nice. It happened to me while I was at Ipswich, and it's really difficult for the club to kind of process and go through. But do you almost feel like the fans will think that, okay, we've gone into administration, but it is the start of hopefully a more brighter future and a sustainable one?
Yeah, because it's the start of the exit of an egotistical egomaniac of an owner in Delphon Chansiri. It's no coincidence that the Sheffield Wednesday staff have already started pulling out all the seats that had his surname emblazoned on them in the stand at Hillsborough. I mean, what type of owner puts his own name on the stand, by the way? That gives you an insight into his type of character. And ultimately, hopefully, they can find an owner now, the administrators, who will put Sheffield Wednesday on a more stable footing. But there is an argument, I think, that maybe the EFL should have had powers to intervene earlier. It would be interesting to see if the government and their independent regulator will have such powers. My view is that as soon as you don't pay the wages on time 2 months in a row, then there should be powers for the EFL to start imposing proper sanctions and forcing you to save the football club. It shouldn't really have come to this.
Cookie, I often wonder in these scenarios if a 12-point penalty, in this case for Wednesday, is just any benefit. Well, obviously not a benefit, but it doesn't help the club whatsoever.
No.
There must be another way of punishing the person rather than the club.
I agree with you, because actually who suffers from this? The players.
Yeah, he walks away, right?
Yeah, absolutely. He walks away. I mean, listen, he's obviously lost money in the club, but ultimately, who cares, really? It's the players who have been playing often without knowing if they're going to get paid or not who suffer. And it's the supporters who suffer because they're going to be the ones who are following the team home and away in League One. So I agree with you. This penalty seems a little bit meaningless, really.
Okay. By the way, Wednesday fans, we'll take calls on this. If you want to have your say on it, pick up the phone. We'll go to the lines in about 6 minutes' time. 03717 223344. Wednesday fans, get dialing. Right, let's move on. Let's get to the weekend in the Premier League. Chelsea host Sunderland tomorrow afternoon, looking for their 5th win in a row in all comps. Crookie, what you got for us?
Yeah, I was at Stamford Bridge in midweek. Chelsea, very impressive against Ajax, and their manager, Enzo Maresca, has been speaking today ahead of the game, and he's been talking about how much he's enjoying seeing the young players there develop.
It was a special night, especially for the club, for the fans, with so many young players. I said many times that they are all good players, talented players, and the main thing for me is just to try to help them day by day, how they can get better and better. And also, for me personally, it's the only way to improve the team if you are able to improve players. So this is the main target with young players.
Enzo Maresca there looking ahead to Chelsea against Sunderland this weekend. I've got to say, their kids were very good in midweek, particularly Estevao, as he's been nicknamed by Chelsea fans. 3 teenagers on the score sheet. And I guess we've all been a bit critical of their business model, but it's working a good effect at the moment.
I mean, they're absolutely flying at the minute, Crookie. And when you think about who they've beaten Benfica. I know they're struggling in the Champions League, but they did beat them. Liverpool, Forest away, and then Ajax. I mean, even though they're a young side, they're obviously inexperienced, and it's going to be a bit of a roller coaster in terms of the development of the squad. Where do you think Chelsea can finish this season? Like, realistically, where can you see them finishing?
Well, I think they've got to finish in the top 4. That they need Champions League football again as a bare minimum, and I think Chelsea fans would like to see silverware. I don't make them amongst the favourites for the Champions League. I think ultimately there's going to be much stronger sides. I thought they'd be a bit more challenging in terms of the Premier League than they were in the opening weeks of the season, but you said they found a little bit of form. Do I think they can finish above Arsenal? No. I think Arsenal are a lot further down the project as well. But yeah, top 4, and I don't know, maybe a League Cup. That would be a good season for Chelsea.
Okay. Let's move on, talk about Manchester United. They're looking for their 3rd win in a row. They host Brighton tomorrow. What have you got for us on this one, Crookie?
Yeah, I was at Anfield last week. I've got to say it was a thoroughly enjoyable afternoon. And after the game, I spoke to Bruno Fernandes about the impact in particular that summer signings Bryan Mbeumo and Matheus Cunha are making.
That's why we bought them. We bought them because we knew their qualities were very, very good. We knew what they could do because they've been doing in the Premier League for some years. We know Matheus is very good with the ball at his feet, going at people. Dribbling. He can hold the ball, and then Bryan is also like someone that can hold the ball, make runs, score goals. Both of them have goals in them, and we're very happy and pleased by that. And obviously, they give a lot to the team, and we want them to give even more because their qualities will shine even more with confidence and with the boost of winning games.
That's Bruno Fernandes speaking after Manchester United's win at Anfield last week. Couple of stats for you, boys. Opta tell us that Manchester United statistically have had the hardest start to the season of any club in the Premier League. And if they'd beaten Arsenal on the opening day of the season, they played well enough to do that. They'd be joint top right now.
That's a lie, because I looked at a stat, and Arsenal had the hardest start to any Premier League this season.
Well, you looked at a different stat sheet to me, Benty.
It must have been. I think
I've seen them on Cookie.
Nah, he hasn't. It wasn't Opta, because Opta said Arsenal.
No,
I've got to agree with Cookie.
I'll get it up.
All right. Wait, can you do it while you're Googling it, see if you can get rid of that attitude.
Yeah. My point is, though, we've all been critical of Ruben Amorim, you and I in particular, Andy, but if they win tomorrow against Brighton, who have been the bogey team for United in recent seasons, that's 5 wins in 7 games. I think even you and I have to admit that would be progress.
Cookie, what else? It's interesting you talk about that because, of course, there was a couple of penalties that Bruno missed, and, if buts and maybes, United might have got maximum points in those, and yeah, of course, we'd be top or even top by a couple of points. But as I've said many a time, I've been very vocal about Ruben Amorim, didn't think he was the right man. I still don't know whether I'm right or wrong. And after that victory over Liverpool last weekend, lots of people phoned up this show and said, have you changed your mind? Have you changed? And I'll say it again, I said it then. If we beat Brighton at home convincingly, then yes, my mind will start to change. But I've seen it so many times that United get a good performance and or a good win under their belt and then lose at home against a team not we're expected to be, because Brighton are no easy turnover. But I expect Manchester United to win this game and win handsomely, 2-0, 3-1. And then, of course, I can come on air on Monday and go, actually, maybe we have turned the corner. But it's a little bit too early for me to say I got it wrong yet with Ruben Amorim. What's your view on it?
Yeah, I'm sort of the same as you, because there have been so many false dawns over the past few seasons that every time you think a corner has been turned, something comes and slaps you in the face. But I have to say, speaking to someone who works at Brighton, he's usually very bullish about these games. He has been in recent seasons. He told me yesterday he'd take a draw. So I think that tells you that actually people outside of Old Trafford are taking United a little bit more seriously than maybe they have been.
Crookie, what's been going on with Brighton? A little bit topsy-turvy, a little up and down?
Yeah, they've not won back-to-back games in the Premier League. And again, they tend to beat the teams that maybe you don't think they will. Man City at home, Newcastle last weekend was a great result. And then they drop points against teams like Wolves. That's been a problem since the start of last season. That's really, that inconsistency is what's stopping them kicking on. I still think they're a bit light up front. I mean, Danny Welbeck's in excellent form. He scored 2 braces in his last 3 games. It's written in the stars that he's going to score at Old Trafford tomorrow. But outside of him, I don't really see where the goals up front come from.
Crookie, sorry, I know we've got a break soon, but just from your perspective, when we talk about England and we talk about Danny Welbeck, would you give him a call-up? I know he's getting older in age, but in terms of form, his form has been good. What do you think? The door's still closed on him, or do you think he can get himself back in there?
I think he should be very open. Obviously, Thomas Tuchel has shown he's not afraid to pick experienced veteran players. He did it with Kyle Walker. Jordan Henderson gets called up every camp. If you look at England in terms of strikers, there isn't really a guaranteed backup to Harry Kane. Ollie Watkins has not been in great form for Villa. And I think you've got 2 games coming up in November. Yes, they're qualifiers, but they're irrelevant because England have already qualified. I think Danny Welbeck is worthy of a place. And you look at his record for England, by the way.
It's unbelievable.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
I think if he carries on showing the form that he's shown over the last few weeks, all the way up until the next squad is announced, you can't overlook him.
No.
Is my view. Just quickly, before we move on to the last game, how do you see that one going 5:30 tomorrow, Man United against Brighton, Crookie?
I'm going to go for a 2-1 United win. My eldest lad is there in the crowd tomorrow. He's on a school trip. How good is that for a school trip?
How's that a school trip? How's that work? I used to go to car parks in Clapham.
He was training at Manchester City today. That was the first part of the trip.
What?
But he had to wear...
Whoa, hold on.
Well, there we go. He had to wear City training kit, and he's obviously a big red. He was threatening to take masking tape to cover up the badge. I don't know if he saw it through or not.
I'm just amazed as a father you let him do that. Let's finish with the game on Sunday, 4:30, Everton against Spurs. I think it's a fascinating game. Spurs, of course, drew 0-0 with Monaco in midweek. They lost to Villa last weekend. What have you got for us on this one?
Yeah, disappointing week for Spurs. Thomas Frank was asked before this game how much his side are suffering due to injury at this moment in time.
Of course, there's some of these, let's say, especially Kulusevski and Maddison, that's, proven players that proven this club for goals and assists and creating things. So they would have been lovely to be able to use. But I think we have some very talented players who's growing. Wilson, Xavi, I think Mo been very good for us as well.
That's Thomas Frank. I'm going to be at Everton on Sunday. Looking forward to taking in their new stadium. But I think this is a tough game for Spurs. Everton have picked up some good results at home. And yes, they've got injuries. I think Dominic Solanke is a massive loss. But I look at Tottenham going forward and it doesn't excite me, their forward line. And I can see why they struggled to score against Monaco and why they didn't put Villa away when they had chances last weekend. Richarlison just doesn't do it regularly enough for me. I'm not convinced by Odibert. I don't really know whether they sign Matthias Tell on a permanent basis, and I'm not sure what Kolo Muani is either.
No. Okay. Quickie, what will the score be? 4:30 Everton against Spurs?
I'm going to go 2-1 Everton, Jack Grealish to get a goal.
All right. Quickie, thanks for coming on. Enjoy the pub.
I am off to the pub in a minute.
All right. Remember what happened the last time you drank too much? You had the hangover for about 5 days.
I've only just recovered. Can you tell?
And I bet you've just taken the handcuffs off as well, haven't you? Quick, have a lovely weekend.
Cheers, boys, you too.
There you go, nice Alex Cook for today's Ready Steady Cook. I mentioned it, gang, at the top of that section. We are going to take calls from Sheffield Wednesday fans next. We've got a couple hanging on. If you want to have your say, Wednesday fan or Wednesday fans, pick up the phone. You can have your say live on Drive on talkSPORT after this. 03717 223344. Sheffield Wednesday fans, 03717 223344. You listen to Drive talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent is here. Everyone still to come. We'll be joining the studio by comedian Azim Chowdhury. Very excited about meeting him. Very excited about that. Can't wait. What a superstar he is. Just quickly, Arne Slot has said that Mohamed Salah's form is, and I quote, the last thing he needs to worry about as manager. Marcus Rashford has said he wants to stay at Barcelona beyond the summer.
I bet he does.
Yeah, so do I as well, if anyone's listening. Right, time now for this.
The biggest cities in football on talkSPORT with the BYD Dolphin Surf. Charge your life with the tech you'd expect from a BYD. Find out more at byd.com.
Yeah, time now to take a look at the biggest cities in football with our friends at BYD Dolphin Surf. And following today's news that Sheffield Wednesday have been placed into administration and given a 12-point deduction, we thought we would focus on the city of Sheffield. There is, of course, another massive club there in Sheffield United. Wednesday have won 8 major trophies in their history, including 4 league titles and 3 FA Cups, whilst United have won 6 major honours, including a league title and 4 FA Cups. Benny, listen, we'll start with Sheffield Wednesday. Following that news from today, it highlights the importance of these clubs in these cities. It's so important that things get sorted out at Wednesday, and a rivalry like this is kept alive. It's massive, isn't it, for the city?
Yeah, it is, yeah. I mean, the Steel City Derby is massive, and it's so sad. You hate it, seeing owners come in and just pretty much do what they want, and when they're done with it, I've had enough now, I'm not going to run the club properly. It's sad because growing up, Sheffield United and Sheffield Wednesday, big clubs, probably more so. Listen, I don't know who's the bigger club, but it just felt like to me growing up that Sheffield Wednesday it felt bigger.
Me too. I got that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the fact that they've managed
to upset so many people with that.
No, but I don't know who's bigger, and that's what I'm saying. But
I think because when we grew up, Sheffield Wednesday, they had Chris Waddle, they were getting to semi-finals.
Des Walker and people like that. Do you know what I mean? So Colton Palmer.
Finals, yeah.
So that's maybe why that felt like that to me. But I don't live in the area, so I couldn't tell you. But yeah, you want to see this situation resolve itself, because Sheffield Wednesday, even going there as a player, I always love going there. Even in the Championship, where Hillsborough, so much history there as well.
Massive pitch.
Yeah, it's massive, and it's got a slight slope in it as well.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, but just like it feels like one of those old traditional football stadiums, proper football stadiums.
It is, right.
So yeah, I hope this situation gets resolved, and I hope in the not too distant future they can find a way back to being what they once were, because they're a huge football club.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, Wednesday, of course, they look set to be relegated this season. It's a 12-point deduction.
6 now, -6.
-6 now, that's what I was going to say, yeah. Do you think Sheffield United fans would be gutted? Or do you want to see your biggest rivals in pain?
Of course, I don't know, because again, I'd imagine there'll be some out there that will be saying, I don't want them to get relegated. I quite miss it.
Do you want Spurs to get relegated? Or do you like the North London derby?
I mean, it doesn't even bother me, if I'm honest.
Is it not?
Not really.
Would I want Man City to get relegated?
It doesn't really...
I think I probably would.
Well, because Spurs are obviously a big club, good players,
yeah,
massive. You probably, I'd like them to stay in the Premier League because it's a big game. Do you know what I mean? It's entertaining football. For Sheffield United, and you probably get some that will say, yeah, let them go, but you get some that will be like, I kind of miss the derby. So I wish it was.
When now that Newcastle have got Sunderland,
yeah,
I mean that's great for the city, right?
Massive.
Yeah,
huge, man.
What was that like when that game was coming round the corner, when it was like a week Saturday or whatever? Could you feel the tension building?
Yeah,
down?
And the players had warned me about it, because my first season at Sunderland, they were in the Championship, we was in the Prem, so I didn't have.
Oh, you were in the Prem?
Yeah, and they were the champ, so we didn't get to play in it the first year, but I remember people talking about it, and then as it was coming around the second year, because the first one was at their gaff, I remember the guy saying to me, "Listen, the atmosphere is nuts. You can't hear anything." Obviously, it got worse because we got smashed 5-1.
You scored and went out celebrating?
No.
You scored though, right?
Yeah, scored 1. I think I celebrate.
Did you go out?
I went out, but I didn't celebrate.
Where'd you go?
I can't remember what the place was called.
Right. What was it? What type of place?
Like a restaurant.
They serve booze?
Yeah, but that's like most restaurants.
Yeah.
But I didn't drink then.
No, of course not.
No, I didn't drink.
Oh, fine, okay.
So
you went out after you got smashed 5-1. Frowned upon.
Someone's birthday. But yeah, it was incredible. So the players warned me about it. And on the atmosphere, what it was like when you get off the coach at St James's Park and you walk up like 5 steps, and their fans are like mostly both sides of the coach. You're like, oh my goodness, it was incredible, absolutely incredible atmosphere. So I love derby days, but the best bit of advice, and the most simplest that managers should say to us players, and it's right, is that you have to play it like a normal game. If you start thinking about being the hero and all that,
say that though.
You say that.
So easy as that, but difficult to through.
Because every tackle's cheered louder than others, and great games to play on there. I mean, I've been fortunate enough to play some really good ones.
Yeah, okay. Just a quick word about Sheffield United. They've had a pretty difficult start to the season on the pitch, but they've won their last 2 games. We're both huge fans of Chris Wilder. We thought it was nuts that he left the club. We're delighted to see him go back. Things starting to look up for him now.
Yeah. And it was only a matter of time. He has to figure one or two things out. But all of a sudden now, like he's currently on 9 points. He wins the next one. It could go up to 18th.
Where's 6?
Well, he's 20.
How many points on?
He's on 9.
Yeah,
right.
and 6.
And he's on 20. And sixth place in the playoffs? 18.
That's 3 wins.
And it changes so much.
So early in the season.
And he's a manager that can put runs together.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be fascinating. Where Ipswich? 14th year, we'll get there. Easy.
How'd you got last night? Oh, you got smashed, didn't you? Was that against
Charlton? Last night? No, last night, was it?
No, Charlton, though. When was that, Wednesday? Tuesday?
Yeah,
this week. Who've you got this weekend, Ipswich, do you know? Joe, you got Ipswich. Who you got this weekend? West Brom, 12:30, home or away?
Oh, it'll be hard, that.
That will be our game, and another defeat. McKenna out. Reminder, Sheffield United go Preston live on talkSPORT 2 at 8 p.m. tonight. Can they make it 3 wins in a row? Right, that was a look at the biggest cities in football, thanks to our friends at the BYD Dolphin Surf.
The biggest cities in football on talkSPORT with the BYD Dolphin Surf, the EV that makes movement exhilarating. Find out more at byd.com.
When we come back, we'll be joined in the studio by comedian Azim Chowdhury, of course, Jabari G, if you're a big fan of People Just Do Nothing. Can't wait for that. But first, it's time for No Googling. Mohamed Salah shares the record for the most Premier League Player of the Month awards with 2 other players. Can you name them? 7 awards each, so we're looking for superstars.
I know one.
Go on. No, it's not Thierry Henry.
No.
Stop guessing. It's not Thierry Henry.
No, it's a Kane.
Okay, one's Kane. So we're left with one. The answer to that, and so much more coming in the last 90 minutes of today's show, live and drive on talkSPORT.
More bad news for Sheffield Wednesday fans. The club have now filed for administration. They owe £1 million in unpaid taxes. Wednesday are already bottom of the Championship and could face a 12-point deduction. Elsewhere, Alexander Isak's groin injury is not as severe as Arne Slot first thought. The striker is a maybe for Brentford, live on talkSPORT tomorrow night.
Alex, not too bad. Question mark for the weekend, so let's see where he is then.
Jeremy Frimpong will be out for at least 2 weeks with a hamstring injury, though. Meanwhile, Sandro Tonali's touch and go for Newcastle's game at home to Fulham tomorrow. This week, it was revealed the midfielder agreed a contract extension during his betting ban. Eddie Howe says Tonali came out of that stronger.
I think most importantly, it was how he conducted himself in that ban, and I thought he was brilliant, and that's, of course, led to his brilliant performances since he's come back.
And a major NBA betting scandal could get even bigger. That's according to our US writer Brian T. Smith.
We have no idea where this is going to go, but these hints that this is just a tip of the iceberg, it has to have the NBA in total fear right now.
A top coach and NBA player are among dozens arrested as part of an investigation into illegal betting and rigged card games.
Raw, there's a dead MC on the floor.
Who's that standing above him? He's got a microphone and it's pointed in this direction.
I think it might be MC Grinder.
Who?
MC Grinder.
Bang, Liverpool blow to the jaw. Bang, Liverpool blow to the jaw. Bang, Liverpool blow to the jaw. Leaving every MC down on the
There's a reason we're playing. I'll explain more in just a moment. Welcome back to Drive on talkSPORT. Me, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent, alongside the answer to the question. Mohamed Salah shares the record for the most Premier League Player of the Month awards with two other players. You said Harry Kane.
Yep.
Sergio Aguero is the other one, 7. Right now, we're delighted to be joined in the studio by comedian, actor, and star of People Just Do Nothing. Azim Chowdhury joins us. Azim, hello.
Hello, mate. Thanks for having me. Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, good, man. I was a bit nervous about wearing the Newcastle shirt.
Why?
Yeah, Sunderland. You play for Sunderland. You're an Arsenal fan, but, you know.
I think that's absolutely fine. We don't mind.
I do like the leather jacket, though.
Thank you.
Yeah, feel it. It's soft as well, Benny.
It's halal. It's not halal. Probably is. I don't know.
How a lot of people listen be going, I know the voice.
Yeah.
Does that annoy you? Everyone will, of course, be going, it's Jabari G, right? From People Who Just Do Nothing. Do you? Because obviously you look like him.
Well, minus the ponytail.
You sound a little bit like him.
Yeah.
Obviously, not a lot. Do people come up to you? Because I know quite a few people that are known for the characters they play, and they don't necessarily like people going up to them in the street and calling them by their character name. Does it bother you?
No, you know what? I love it because you got to be grateful, and one day no one's going to care, right? So one day I'm probably going to be the geezer going up to them going, Jabari G, remember me? Peanut dust. Do you want a picture? You know what I mean? No, you got to be great. And also, like, you know, when you play a comedy character for so long, we kind of did it purposely. We did the show and we stayed in character for around 6-7 years. No interviews, nothing, all in character. So no one even knew what we actually sounded like. Because it was a mockumentary, we wanted to keep the realism. Like Sacha Baron Cohen did a similar thing with, you know, Ali G and Borat. I mean, it was years later until he started speaking in his normal voice, right? Yeah. And I think it adds to the realism. So, no, I think it's great. For the people remember you for a character, then it's great.
How hard is that then? You said 7 years without doing an interview because the show is so popular. Everybody wants a piece of you. How hard is it to not go, I'll speak to this person. It must have been hard.
Oh, well, you mean like break character?
Yeah, break character. Yeah.
Well, we used to do it like actually like someone would be like, you know, because later on, obviously, I do other things. I mean, I write other things. I'm in other things. So people know me as Asim Chowdhury, right? But when I'm in character, I get some people going, "Oh my God, Asim Chowdhury!" I'm like, "Who's Asim Chowdhury, mate? I'm Chabani G." They're like, "Please, mate, can I just chat normally?" What do you mean, mate? You know, so I do mess with people, but no, but it's a blessing because, like I said, you know, the fans are what make you. So
yeah,
you got to be grateful.
You've got, of course, other stuff coming up when you're a Newcastle fan, right? And I just said to you about 2 minutes ago, can I have you for half an hour rather than 15? And you're like, yeah.
Of course.
So we've got lots to talk to you about, but I just want to stay with that program just for a moment, if that's okay, because when I first started watching it, I grew up watching, not grew up, but the first thing I sort of mockumentary style TV comedy I saw was obviously The Office.
Yeah.
And then I saw this. A friend of mine said, you must watch it. And I watched it. And after about 2 minutes, I'm like, oh, they're just trying to copy The Office.
Yeah.
And I thought, I'm going to stay with it. And then, of course, you realise it's everything but trying to copy The Office.
Wow.
Well, what I was going to say was, it's that new breed of comedy.
Yeah.
That sort of look into the camera and go, is it all, well, which I think Gervais created.
Yeah, I think so. I think even going back before that, I think Spinal Tap was quite important because, but definitely that British style of dry, awkward, cringe humour that you don't even know. When you first saw The Office, you didn't know if it was real or not.
No.
And we had the same producer as The Office, so it was Ashatala,
right.
Rough Cut. So he found us on YouTube and thought, well, these boys are just, and we are just doing a version.
So how did it come about then?
YouTube. So it was on my YouTube channel. I used to film it, and we, filmed these, 5 webisodes. And then John Petrie, who's worked with Ash, he contacted me and said, I love it. And we used to get loads of real comments, like real hateful comments, because people thought it was real. So people would go, get a job. Who's this immigrant Chabadi G, right? And we loved it because we thought, they think we're real, right? So, Ash found us through that. But I think it's a great compliment because I think The Office is probably the greatest show of all time. I did a Christmas film with Stephen Merchant, one of my heroes, right?
Yeah.
Click and Collect. And when we were doing the press for it, the way that he'd promote it, he'd go, oh, no, I love Asim's work. He goes, I love People Just Nothing. He goes, out of all The Office rip-offs, this is one of the better ones. But I also think it's like you pay homage. It's like music, football, anything. You study the greats.
Yeah.
Right? And
but what I'm saying is I don't think it was a rip-off. I just think all of a sudden The Office moved comedy into another sort of area that no one had really seen.
Yeah.
And then everyone started exploring that because you obviously grew up watching The Office, right?
Of course,
and then that would have had, from your perspective, how you not necessarily write comedy, but how you produce it. I would imagine now you're into that sort of side of things as well. And going forward, are you making now movies and programs because of what The Office gave you as a kid?
I think definitely in terms of the comedy, that dry style, like I think it's very British, right? Like it's like it's that self-deprecation and it's the delusion.
Yeah.
If you look at David Brent, I mean, even Alan Partridge, Peep Show, In-Betweeners, they're all deluded characters. And we love a character as Brits who kind of, gives it the big one, but he's a bit of a loser.
Yeah.
But, he's a lovable loser. And that's basically what Chabadi G is. He thinks he's a hustler, a ladies' man. He's a loser and he's harmless, So 100%, it kind of, and also I think we do the best comedy in the world. I think us Brits, we've produced the best comedy in the world, and we don't need all the glitz and glam. I mean, look how grey The Office looks. You know what I mean? Like, and People Just Nothing looks the same. We actually wanted, when we did the pilot, it was a bit too shiny. We were like, we want it to look rubbish, like the YouTube stuff. We want it to feel real and shaky camera and all that. So a huge inspiration.
I wonder where did it come from? People That Do Nothing, because it's a pirate radio station, obviously synonymous with kind of London culture, the pirate radio station. So where did it come from? Whose idea was it? And are you all friends before this idea come together?
Basically, most of us met in college. 2 of them went to school together. They all used to MC on pirate radio. I used to rap. I was a bit more of a hip-hop guy, you know what I mean? So, and I used to rap battle as well, but they were more real.
Got any licks for us?
What, a rap? You want a battle? Oh, what, Sunderland Newcastle? Here we go.
Can we use AI?
Yeah, we'll use AI. But yeah, it's sorry, what were you saying? What was we were going back to
how it started, the idea comes.
Yeah, so
sorry, could I say how funny that we're all getting old that we all just forgot what was said.
I know, mate. I was thinking because you said AI and we were chatting about it. It's been scaring me. We've been seeing this new virtual podcast. It just creates a podcast for you. It's crazy. We the boys did a bit of pirate radio, but we also saw this documentary on BBC Three called Tower Block Dreams, which is like one of the best documentaries you've ever seen in your life. And we were heavily inspired by that in the early
documentary.
days. It's a real documentary,
okay.
But it was kind of mixed with then actually doing pirate radio. And like I said, Chabuddy G was based on Hounslow, my dad, my mates growing up, my uncles, all those little hustlers. So it was like a mixture of things, but it took a lot of work because first you kind of mimic, don't you?
Yeah.
And then you find your style. But it was
You did the movie as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Japan, yeah.
Is it all done now?
I think so. I mean, we did 5 seasons in a movie. Like, we'd sit down and we'll go, you got any more ideas? You kind of, I mean,
I do find that sometimes I was a big fan of a program called Last Man on Earth. Have you seen that? Will Forte.
Great. Yeah, it was a great show. Yeah.
And I thought series 1 was mind blowing. Series 2 was great, but then you get to a stage where whoever's working at the TV company says, just give them more money, tell them to make more, and you sort of feel that they sit down and go, right, we've got no more ideas. We only sort of...
It's like Prison Break. Prison Break, 6 seasons.
So from your perspective, right, if another idea pops into your head or the rest of the guys, you'll do it, but if...
Maybe, but it's like, I'll quote Carragher on this, leave the football before the football leaves you.
Okay.
So we had an option to do more series. The BBC wanted more. It was still at its peak.
Point,
it was, even now, I mean, if we came back, people would, I'm sure, appreciate it. But you kind of, it's nice to leave it sometimes. I mean, go back to The Office, 2 seasons, Christmas special,
like that.
done.
Yeah.
Right? In-Betweeners, what was that? 3 or 4.
They're coming back though, aren't they?
They are coming back, I mean, Peep Show's one of the rare ones that I think went to like 11, 10 series. But generally British, we like, short and sweet, like do what you want to do and then just let it exist out there. The characters I think can live on, but in terms of that world, that that pirate radio sitcom world, I feel like we've done,
I agree.
What we were happy with what we did.
So tell me about how many doors has this opened for you? Where are you at now? Because you and I were chatting last night, right? And you were telling me, I can talk about what you...
Yeah.
You said you've done a film, or you're doing a film with Sam Rockwell?
I am, I've done a film with Sam Rockwell.
Okay.
I shot it in Cape Town last year with Gore Verbinski, so the Pirates of the Caribbean director. Wow. And just to work with Sam Rockwell was unbelievable. And I've actually got a little... so we've got a movie coming out in January called Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. And it's a movie about AI. And Sam Rockwell is a man from the future who kind of comes back and tries to save the world from AI. AI's ruined the world. And it's out in January. And then you told me last night on WhatsApp, you said that you're a big Sam Rockwell fan. Yeah. And I just want to play you this quick little message that he sent for you, Andy.
No, this is... Are you serious?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Hold on.
AI is a lovely thing.
There we go.
Oi, Andy from talkSPORT. Yo, it's Sammy Rockwell from Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Diarrhea.
I'll explain that later.
It's Confessions of a Dangerous Mind. Hanging out with my awesome buddy. He's the best. He's the best. The only.
Bigging me up
the
more.
Greatest, the champion.
I didn't tell him to say that.
All right, hang in there, guys. Have fun.
That's real?
That's real. That's his WhatsApp.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, just because
I'm sweating now, look.
I know.
That's made my
Sorry,
day.
Dan, I didn't get you one, but I didn't know you were a fan. I'll get to do you one.
We did go down a little bit of a rabbit movie hole last night.
We
I
did.
like Sam Rockwell. Marvel.
Yeah, he's great.
Okay,
yeah.
So tell me about that movie. Thank you for that. Can you forward on to me so I can pretend that I know him?
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about that movie. And what was it like working with him? How often are you seeing him?
It was. We were out in 3 months in Cape Town, which was crazy anyway because I've never been to South Africa. I've never been to Africa, and doing a movie out there was shot to make it look like LA. So it was bizarre. But at the same time, just amazing to watch him work. I mean, he's, I think, one of the best and very underrated, I feel like. I don't think, when you think De Niro, all these guys, he doesn't get put in that same echelon, even though he's an Oscar winner. He's countless numbers of movies he's been in. Just amazing watching him. And the film is really, really good. So, yeah, January. I don't know when about, but it is January.
But even for you to sort of text him going, I'm doing this thing on Facebook.
It's crazy. No, but it's like when I saw you lads at Soccer Aid. I mean, that's another thing. I was rubbish at Soccer Aid because... So I'll tell you the story. So the first training session, I was doing 30-yard Roberto Carlos run-ups right outside of the foot. That's all I can do. That's my techers.
Run-up?
No, everything.
Oh, right.
Pinging it. I was pinging it, mate.
Yeah.
Right, if you look at me on Soccer AM, you see that's my one techers I've got outside of the foot, right?
Okay.
The gaffer, Shamichael, he saw me and he went, Asim's got a bit of techers. And he came up to me that day and he was like, I'm going to start you. You wear the number 7, right? Bombay Beck's thing a little. And I was like, I couldn't tell him that my quad had gone. I could hardly walk. So then during that whole game, I was rubbish, 20 minutes on the pitch. And I was so scared because obviously Wayne Rooney was there as well. And I saw him at breakfast and I kind of went up to him and I went, and I did a little U-turn. Then I saw him on the pitch and my missus was like, oh, there's a shot of you and Rooney. It looks like you're having a bit of banter. And I was like, this is why, when you just get a little screenshot. What really happened is I went up to him puffing. I didn't know what to say. I went, Wayne. He went, what? I went, pitch is bigger than it looks, isn't it? He went, yeah. He walked off and I went, oh, you idiot. Ruined it. But it was an incredible experience. And all of that stems from doing a little show on BBC and having all these opportunities.
Yeah.
Incredible.
If people are watching on YouTube, they'll see that you've got a Newcastle United shirt on.
Yes.
Let's talk football in just a moment, shall we?
Yes.
More from the wonderful Azim Chowdhury right after this live on Drive and Talk Sport.
I'm telling you, he's not going.
I will go.
That type of music. Do you like the Street Steer?
Go. Can you turn Azim's mic on, please?
Do you like the Street Steer?
I'm not a fan of.
Yeah.
No,
There you go.
What kind of music do you like?
I take the Mickey out of the streets because I say he doesn't sing, he just talks.
Right, yeah.
In his superstar, though.
Yeah,
I know. I not said he's not a superstar. I've just said I could do that.
He does sing. Dry your eyes, mate.
Yes. Was that singing or was that talking?
Isn't it all talking?
No, it's not. What, all the streets you mean?
You don't like talking, mate. You're on talkSPORT.
No, I don't mind it, but I don't do it with music behind me. Cut the music.
No talkSPORT, talk music. Okay.
No, exactly. Just a reminder, we're going to be joined in the studio for the last hour of the show by former England rugby star Ugo Monye. All right, Ryan, you don't need to. Right, here's your chance to win talkSPORT's biggest cash prize ever as you play to win up to £100,000 completely tax-free. Plus, you get to visit me and Benny at talkSPORT Towers on Thursday, the 13th of November to play for that life-changing cash prize. Stop what you're doing, pin back your luggles.
18 plus UK excluding Northern Ireland. For a chance to win, text the word cash to 83338 and you're in the draw. Text costs £2 plus one standard network rate message. You must have the bill payer's permission, or you can enter for free by calling 0330 880 338. All entries must be received by the 6th of November at 4 p.m. This is a talkSPORT limited promotion run on talkSPORT, Talk and Virgin Radio UK stations. Full terms and conditions at talksport.com.
Good luck, everyone. Good luck. £100,000. Wow. Azim Chowdhury is with us in the studio. Before the break, we were talking about you and what you've done, and we talked about what's coming up as well. We haven't talked about your Newcastle United. You got the...
Yeah.
When's that from? Is that the
97, I think, isn't it?
That's not the 4-3 shirt, is it?
Is that Fastino? Espria?
Yeah, it's Espria.
Yeah, it's that season, yeah.
97.
Why Newcastle? I don't care, but why Newcastle?
I mean, I get asked this all the time. Obviously, I'm a London boy, so, really, I really should support Brentford because it's down the road. It's Hounslow. I'm from Hounslow, right?
Benny's looking at me. I'm a Man United fan. I don't.
I know,
things in life make you happy, it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah.
You support who makes you happy.
But mine's a bit of a weird one, and people don't really believe me when I say I didn't have anyone in my family who liked football, so there was no pressure for me to support anyone, right?
Yeah.
So, my family were more cricket. That's it. Don't know why I said it like that. How's that? I don't like cricket, right?
Okay.
I like the one, the 20 T20. That's all right.
Yeah.
I had a really weird fascination with zebras growing up. So I swear to God, I had zebra so I'd watch nature shows and the jungle would all just.
How old are you?
I'm 38.
No.
So,
when you had the fascination.
38. No, that's still weird. I'd probably say 6 or 7.
Okay.
And I just like zebras. I was watching, watch TV, and then everyone in the jungle's brown, the lions and then you see this black and white horse in the middle of the Serengeti. You're like, first of all, he's fuming because his camouflage is what I mean? But at the same time, I'm like, why, and I just loved the black and white. It was just the colour. So I had zebra PJs, I had zebra toys, zebra bed sheets.
Yeah.
And then obviously I started watching football, and then I first saw football, Juventus on Football Italia.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
on Sundays.
Yeah. You remember? Go Lazio! Then obviously they were a hell of a team.
Do you know why Juve's kit is like that?
I know. Do you
know Benny?
Tell me the story again.
No,
but it's got something to do with Notts County,
Notts
right?
County, yeah, they played Notts County. Didn't have the kit and borrowed Notts County.
Is that real, or is that
true? Yeah.
That's true?
True, yeah.
So I started watching them, and I was just attracted to them because I was the black and white zebras. I know my mum was like, he needs to see someone. Mummy, I like zebras. Yes, darling. Kind of very bit concerned. And then I thought I can't support Italian team. Started watching, Premiership, and then a few of my mates supporting Newcastle, and just fell in love, mate. Just fell in love,
That's a brilliant story.
Gillespie, that era kind of, and then obviously later on Esprit, and then obviously Shearer. Never met Shearer before, but I was at England. Well, I know, but I almost don't want to meet him. I was at England, Germany, the COVID Euros, right, when we beat them, and I was there and I see these 5 lads. They all got England shirts on with Shearer on the back. They come up to me, these Geordie boys. Oh, we're big fans. Can we take a picture? I went, yeah, sure. And then I was kind of thinking, it's weird why they all got Shearer. And he goes, you might know my old man. And I went, who's your old man? He went, Al. I went, Alan who? He went, Alan Shearer. It was Will. Alan.
Okay, yeah.
And then he FaceTimed Alan Shearer. And then I'm there and then Shearer followed me, the next one. And I was just I had posters of this guy. I mean, for me, he's the greatest striker, Premiership, history. And I almost don't want to meet him. Not that I know he's lovely.
Oh, he's a lovely guy.
Everyone says he's lovely.
You won't be disappointed.
I kind of still don't.
No, you should meet him.
No.
He listens to this. He'll probably text in, yeah.
Oh, mate.
Yeah.
No, I love him. Yeah, so that's what it is. And then just fell in love, mate.
You still now heavily watching Newcastle?
I love you. Even more so now, I think. You have little blips in your life where you're like, football isn't the main priority. When I was super busy with, making my show and acting and writing, but now I'm like, I just think everything in life changes, right? Women come and go. Money comes and goes, jobs come. One thing that doesn't change is your football team. So I just love them. I have this loyalty, and I'm an adopted Geordie. And whenever I go, I was there for the Benfica game. It's just the love. It's such a beautiful city. It's a one club city. I love it. I love Newcastle.
Well, we love you coming. Sadly, our time's up. 30 minutes has gone like that.
Oh, wow.
But because we knew you like zebras, so do you want to bring in the zebra?
No,
we haven't. Wouldn't that be unbelievable if we could do? If we had the power to do that, go and get me a zebra for 6 o'clock. Thank you so much for coming in.
You guys are brilliant as well. I said it off air. I watch you guys all the time. The chemistry is amazing.
Thank you.
Great show.
That's very kind of you.
Can't stand him.
Will you, just for show, just for TV, will you come back in at another time? We'll have a lot.
Yeah, of course.
When's your movie out?
In January.
Right.
Yeah.
When that's
I'll
coming
come back
out.
with Sam Rockwell.
Don't tease me like that.
Sammy Rockwell, yeah.
We do
Mate,
that?
we're like...
Promise me, because that's legally binding. If that doesn't happen, we'll sue you.
Mate, he'll love it. If he's here, 100%.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
As a music.
Make sure next Friday.
I'll be there next Friday.
Corrupt FM as well, yeah.
Hold on, I think I'm in Greece. No.
Starts already.
I will be there. I will be there.
All right, mate, thank you.
We're going to have a quick break. Ugo Monye will be with us for the last hour right here live on Drive and Talk Sport after this.
Sheffield Wednesday have been deducted 12 points by the EFL and placed into administration. Begbie's trainer, the firm which previously worked with Wigan Athletic, has been appointed to run the club short term. But Alex Crook says it's not all doom and gloom for Wednesday.
I do think this could be short-term pain for long-term gain, forcing the hand of Delphont Chansiri. What kind of an egomaniac, by the way, do you have to be to have your own name emblazoned on the stand at Hillsborough when you look at what damage that guy has done to the football club?
Well, pictures from Hillsborough today show the owner Chansiri's name already being removed from the North Stand. You can see those photos at talksport.com. Elsewhere today, Vitor Pereira has been fined £15,000 for misconduct during Wolves' game with Brighton earlier this month. An FA statement says he's admitted the charge of improper conduct. Some good news for Liverpool fans now. Both Alexander Isak and Ryan Gravenberch could both be available this weekend. But there's no Alisson or Jeremy Frimpong for talkSPORT's exclusive commentary of their match with Brentford tomorrow night. Arne Slot has given his verdict on the goal-scoring form of Mohamed Salah.
We're not used to him missing chances, let alone a few games in a row, but these things can happen. I could come up with it's easier maybe to finish a chance if you're 3-1 up than if you're 1-0 down.
More positive injury news now, this time for Newcastle. Johan Wissa may be returning to action within the next 2 weeks. Also for Chelsea, an update from Enzo Maresca on Liam Delap.
Liam took part of the session yesterday with the team for the first time, so he's not going to be available for tomorrow game, but probably for the next one, yes.
The NBA should be in total fear right now. That's according to our US sports writer, Brian T. Smith. It's over a major betting scandal which has seen dozens arrested, including a top player and coach. Get the full story, as always, at talksport.com. And Brighton keeper Sophie Baggerly has been called up to the Lionesses. That's after Hannah Hampton withdrew from the squad with an injury.
Told you it was a good show. Welcome back to the last hour of Friday, and of course that means it's Friday Night Live, the TNT Sports and talkSPORT Hour. Every Friday, myself and Darren Bent will be joined by TNT Sports pundits, presenters and commentators from across the sporting world. Football, rugby, cricket, MotoGP, tennis, UFC and much, much more. This week, we're delighted to be joined in the studio by a new face to the show. Former England rugby superstar, TNT Sports pundit, and of course, friend of the show and one of our favourites, Ugo Monye has joined us. Ugo, good to see you again.
Evening. How good's Shabbat?
Hey, how's it going, man? You good?
You've gone real early.
You are looking hot to trot, my friend.
You well, gents?
We are good. We're very well. How are you?
Yeah, good. I was going to say
like this.
Yeah, a bit of Y3.
Yeah.
Looking good, mate.
Thank
How's your week been? What have you been up to?
Very chilled. I took my kids to Kew Gardens Halloween Trail yesterday.
Oh, right. Okay.
Hated it. They hated it.
You hate it?
I really enjoyed it.
Right.
It's meant to take an hour and a half to walk around and do all the bits and pieces. We did it in 40 minutes. We had to run through it because my kids, Phoenix and Ruby, were scared.
How old are they?
8 and 5.
Okay, yeah, it's going to be scary times for the kids like that.
But like,
Was it like a scare fest?
kind of, but not really. They just had a few bits, marshmallows.
We can say beers. They had a few beers.
Yeah, had a few beers. Anything to get them to sleep.
Yeah.
But
He's joking, by the way.
Yeah, of course I
Yeah.
am. Yeah,
What else you done the week? Been out on any dates with the ladies?
Honestly.
No, mate. I'm chilled. I'm like Arsenal's back four, just clean sheets.
Clean sheets?
It's just me. Just
oh, right, fine, okay.
Oh, the penny's dropped.
Yeah.
Your penny or my penny?
Well, it's buffering.
It's
you, isn't it?
Not me that's buffering, let me say that now. Good joke. It's still on there, good. Right, shall we move on?
Yeah, let's.
Quickly move on. By the way, a bit later on, I want to talk to you about UFC.
Oh, yes.
Because your man's fighting this, is it tomorrow?
Aspinall, yeah.
Yeah.
Big fight.
And you've had a little grapple with him, haven't you?
Yeah, we had a little scrap a couple of years ago.
6:30. I've just been told we'll play the video at 6:30.
Okay, great.
All right?
Yeah.
You look good. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, let's get into it.
But we're going to start with the game that is live on TNT Sports and talkSPORT tomorrow. That's Brentford against Liverpool. Only slot side one in the Champions League in midweek. But, of course, they're still looking to avoid a fourth straight league defeat. Mohamed Salah was dropped to the bench for that game against Frankfurt, having scored just 3 goals so far this season. And Slot has been speaking to the media ahead of tomorrow's game. And he has defended the winger's form.
Players miss chances. And Mo is a human being as well, so we're not used to him missing chances, let alone a few games in a row, but these things can happen. What could have to do with, I have no clue if it does, but I could come up with it's easier maybe to finish a chance if you're 3-1 up than if you're 1-0 down. But maybe that's completely not true for him, but good. But I think the main thing is that Mo has always scored his goal for our club. And the last thing I worry about is Mo starting to score goals again, because that's what he done his whole life, and that's what I expect him to do in the upcoming weeks and months for our club as well.
Ugo, I'll start with you. When you hear Arne Slot talking, does he sound like a manager under pressure?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he's having the season this year, which we all expected him to have last year. Last year was impeccable. Of course, they're champions, and now he's under scrutiny. But you always get that when there's finance pumped into a side, when you are the champions and you've got the world-class squad that he's got. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the, I don't want to call them problems because shouldn't be a problem to have so many world-class like attacking midfielders and strikers that Gareth Southgate had. How do we get a Palmer? How do we get a Foden? How do we get a Grealish? How do we get all of these top quality players into a team and get them to function? And that's what Arne Slot's got. If I was the owner or one of the money men at Liverpool, I'd be thinking, you've got exactly what you wanted. We had an expensive shopping list of players. You've now got them. This is on you as the coach to be able to find the right formation and to find the right fit for this squad to fit and to perform. And at the moment, they're underperforming. I don't know if they're underperforming against our expectations, but certainly his expectations for a team that were champions just a few months ago.
He's talking about Mohamed Salah as well in that clip. Dropped in midweek. Does he make the starting 11, do you think, this weekend or not?
I think he'll bring him back.
Why?
I just think, I think he will, because I think with Mohamed Salah, he's one of those players where he's only one moment away from returning to what we know he can do. And I think he'll look at that and go, right, do you know what? I've said this about him. I've given him a little bit of confidence because I said to you before in the week, I wasn't happy with the situation where at the end he could have passed to Wirtz and he shot, but he did the same thing also against Manchester United as well, where he could have passed it. So that was a little bit greedy. But I think he'll bring him back in. But I don't think his position now is as rock solid as it once was. But I think the biggest thing as well is, what does he do in terms of Isak? Because Isak hasn't got going at all yet, whereas Ekitike has been brilliant. Right. Has been unbelievable. So I think that's where Arne Slot might look at it. And if he doesn't bring Salah back, he'll go with the same three. He'll go with the Gakpo, Isak and Ekitike. But so I think he probably will bring him back. But I think Isak might come out of the team because I think he's got a groin problem as well.
Yeah.
I think it'll be Ekitike and Gakpo.
I heard this morning that he might be okay for the game. Whether or not he starts, I don't know.
It's got to be Ekitike.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're £80 million is a lot of money to play for.
We're only 120 million is a lot to not play.
But that's why we're not giving Ekitike the respect. He only cost 80 million.
I know.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's mad, but the division of labour in terms of who's scoring goals for Liverpool has wildly changed. Over the last years, it's all been about Salah. The way in which they played all went through Salah, and Salah was the man that delivered. He's a legend. Let's not forget that. We totally understand it. But, as I've already mentioned, division of labour in terms of who does what and who contributes the goal. We've seen that with Arsenal. I always talk about this, but we have so many different goal scorers. Liverpool didn't over the last couple of years. I think they're going to go to way more balanced contribution of goal scorers. And that might mean that Salah and the way in which he contributes might have to be slightly selfless to what it's been the last years.
Let me ask you, I'll stay with you, Hugo. Before the season started, I think Liverpool favourites, then it was Arsenal. You're now favourites, you're top of the Premier League as well. Do you see them as your nearest rivals, or is it Man City?
I feel deeply uncomfortable about the lack of conversation about Man City.
Yeah, agreed.
I picked them to win it, by the way.
Yeah, it's all been Arsenal and Liverpool going into it. And Pep's, he looks laser focused. I don't know how many more seasons he's got as a City manager. So he's focused to reproduce the glory days of what had been. And in Erling Haaland, you just have an unbelievable weapon. If Arsenal got the best defence, then no one is touching Erling Haaland. And even when they're not fully at it, you just know he's going to score goals. Pressure is such a massive intangible in elite sport. And the pressure at the moment is on Arsenal to maintain their form, on Liverpool to get back to where they are. But City, they're just they're flying underneath the radar. And that is so dangerous for everyone in the league.
So I think that as well. I know Liverpool, and rightly so, because they won the Premier League last season. But the fact that people were almost disrespecting, and I felt that was a bit. It started when they played Arsenal. It was almost like Arsenal should just wipe the floor with Man City. And I remember thinking, well, how can we have these type of conversations? Like, they've got some of the best players. They've got the best centre forward. He's in the conversation. He's the best in Europe, if not the world. And it was almost like people were kind of having to go at Arsenal for just not completely destroying Manchester City. And it just doesn't work like that. I think with Pep and the players that they've got, the experience they've got, the quality players that they've brought in this transfer window as well. And with Haaland looking like the Haaland who first arrived in England, there's no way you can write them off.
Just quickly, we've only got about 50 seconds left of this section. They've got Brentford the weekend, Liverpool. They're on a stretch of, 4 defeats on the bounce in the Premier League. Do you see that stretch ending or not?
Absolutely. I think Liverpool come alive this week.
You do? You think they'll beat Brentford?
I think so. I don't like the comments of Arne Slot about long ball football. Brentford are going to do that.
Yeah, well, they are now anyway.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Now you've told everyone you struggle with it.
Yeah.
So they'll do that. Find a solution. You've had 4 or 5 games. I think Liverpool come alive.
Okay. Do you, Ben? I don't think it'll be that easy. What do you think?
I don't think it'll be that easy, but I do think that result in midweek against Frankfurt, that's a statement. Like a statement win, going 1-0 down as well, and having the attitude and the way that some of these players, more experienced players, stepped up. Andy Robertson, who I think will come straight back into the side now. I think Kirkes is going to have to take a back seat. The right-hand side, the right back is maybe still a situation, but just the way that they came back against Frankfurt and in the manner in which, even though it was 5, it probably should have been about 10.
Yeah.
I think Brentford, they might have come a bit too soon for them.
Okay. More from Hugo Monnier, myself, Andy Goldstein Darren Bent in just a moment. This is Friday Night Live with our friends at TNT Sports on talkSPORT. Is it Cheadle Stingers? Is that right?
Yeah.
Go on,
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Oh, fine, okay. They'll go head-to-head in the first round of the Adobe Women's FA Cup tomorrow. It's live on TNT Sports 1. It's set to be an historic occasion as it's the first ever Women's FA Cup first-round match to be televised. TNT Sports will broadcast 19 matches from this season's Women's FA Cup. Let's get more on this now as we welcome former England midfielder and TNT Sports pundit and our friend, the wonderful Farrell Williams, joins us. Farrell, good evening to you.
Good evening, guys. I mean, it's Cheadle Town Stingers.
Cheadle. Cheadle. I'm not au fait with Cheadle Town, I'll be honest. You can probably tell me a bit more about them. But before you do that, just tell me about how exciting this is, because I mentioned that it's the first ever Women's FA Cup first round tie to be televised. That's such a great thing for the game, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's massive. I think the Women's FA Cup has always been so iconic, especially because it's the only game or tournament, should I say, that has ever been broadcasted. It was the BBC that used to show just the final. So the fact that now TNT are showing literally the first group game, and all the way through to the final, it's massive because, grassroots football and the bottom of the pyramid need that exposure. So the fact that, it's starting with the opener tomorrow, Borough against Cheadle Town Stingers. It's exciting. It's a difficult one because, the FA Cup, these teams are unknown quantities. We don't really know much about them. There's not much you can get on the internet. So, yeah, real difficult one and an exciting one. Both for the players and us as pundits to get out there and actually see what that level of football is.
That's what I was going to say, Farah, because, of course, we know, certainly in the men's game, about the magic of the FA Cup, and sometimes you do get these unexpected results. But what are you expecting from this one, or is it just too hard to say?
I think it's going to be a difficult one. Borough beat them last season. They clipped him on the final day of the season to actually get promoted. So the two of them, in terms of, the gap between the two, is really tight. They're both come into the game unbeaten in at least the last 10 games, don't concede many goals. So it'll be a tight game. I'm sure Cheadle Town will want to get one back on them, having, missed out on the final day to promotion last year. But I think, hopefully Borough can get some fans in. It'll be exciting. As I said, it's televised, which will be even more exciting for both sets of players. I think for those players, though, the nerves, knowing that it's going to be broadcasted, they're going to want to showcase that, that part of the pyramid. There'll be a lot of expectation and pressure, I guess, from the players on themselves to showcase how good it is down at the bottom.
I'm obviously biased working for TNT Sports like yourself, but how important is it to be able to connect the grassroots all the way through the top of the pyramid and the greats, and to be able to broadcast this first round tie just gives such incredible exposure to the bandwidth or football ability right up and down the country?
Exactly that. It is the exposure. I think, everybody craves that little bit of exposure to showcase themselves. I think the FA Cup is that. I think, certainly as a youngster growing up, the FA Cup was the one competition I wanted to get into, hopefully get in the draw against, maybe these players that you aspire to become. So it is that. I think the FA Cup delivers that in terms of the draw. Anyone can win it from grassroots all the way through to the professional game. So it's a big opportunity for the girls. And obviously the fact that TNT have gone in big and started showing it from the first round, it's really exciting.
Listen, Farrell, while we've got you here, let's talk about your team, Chelsea. They look pretty unbelievable at the moment, even when they don't go full strength. We saw the youngsters in action during the week. We were talking actually earlier on in the show just how far this Chelsea side can go. What do you think the aim is for them when you look at how the young kids, when they come in, how they're playing, they're taken to the game? What do you think realistically the aim is? Because we were just talking about Arsenal, are they favourites now? Liverpool, where do you rank them? You've got Man City as well, you can't write them off, Hugo said. Do you put Chelsea in amongst that mix?
Not yet. I think they're too young and inexperienced. And with inexperience, I think you get those inconsistencies. But they're certainly a talented group of players. I mean, the average age of the team that played the other day was very young. The goal scorers, obviously 3 goal scorers under 19 years of age. I was surprised that they were able to make 10 changes against, an Ajax team that probably aren't in the greatest of form and probably not the same Ajax that we know from, years ago. But still, it's a massive game in the Champions League. And for those players to perform the way that they did, yes, they was up against 10 men for long periods, but the performance was good and the kids look really exciting. I think top 4 has to be a target. I think they have to get Champions League football again. I think they still need, experience. They need probably another goalkeeper, an experienced centre-half. But outside of that, I think if they can start to get those consistencies, they can be a team that can challenge the likes of Arsenal, Liverpool, City and teams around that.
Farah, when you look at where Chelsea are currently, and as you said, there was a really good result midweek, and then you look at what you didn't have available when you had the likes of Gusto's not there, Levi Colwell, who I'm a big fan of, Cole Palmer, I think Liam Delap's not too far away, João Pedro was suspended. When you then add all of those back into the Chelsea squad, I think you're right. I think top 4 has to be a minimum, but also, could they pick up a trophy somewhere?
Maybe a domestic trophy. I think Champions League might be a little bit too far fetched for them. Top 4 definitely has to be a target for them. I think Arsenal look strong all round. If you look at how far Arsenal have come in recent years and how they've grown and developed their squad, Chelsea is still offered that by a bit of a way. Liverpool, they're not going through a transition, but they've certainly brought in new players and having to adapt, and looks like they're finding a new way, and maybe with that new way looking without Mo Salah a little bit. So Man City are the ones that I think haven't really been spoken about. They're quite quiet at the minute. No one's saying that they're going to challenge, say, the likes of Arsenal and Liverpool. I think they might just sneak up. But yeah, I think maybe a domestic cup is more realistic target. A top 4 finish has to be a priority, and then I guess for the Champions League, I just think it's a bit like the boxing. Depends on the matchup. Will depend on how far Chelsea can go.
Farah, your hair looks good. Thanks for coming on. If you don't mind me saying, have you got has Bentley given you the trainers yet for charity?
I haven't, Farah.
I'm still waiting.
Farah, are you going to keep? Listen, come on.
Why is it her fault? I can only apologise. They're in the. I was going to say they're in the post. They're
She's only joking. She got them. She's joking.
Have you got them, Farah?
Definitely not. Come on, Benny, man, sort it out.
Farah, always a pleasure. Oh, there's the alarm again. Put some batteries in.
No, there's definitely no alarm today.
Have a great weekend.
I took the batteries out.
Yeah. We put them back in when you weren't looking. Thanks for coming on. We'll see you soon. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, guys. See you later.
A reminder, you can watch Middlesbrough against Cheadletown live on TNT Sports 1 tomorrow. It kicks off at 12:15. Just a quick word from both of you, actually, Hugo. I'll start with you about Chelsea. Because we were talking, you said, I'm surprised a lot of people aren't talking about Man City. No one's really talking about Chelsea. For the right reasons? Is it too early for them, do you think?
I think so. I think Farah's already alluded to it in terms of the age profile of their squad. I think they're so talented. I love how strong-minded Enzo Maresca is. He's so certain about the style of football he wants to play. I think they're shorn of a couple of key positions. We spoke about Sanchez. Is he the type of goalkeeper that you need to win a title? Yep. I'm not certain about that. But what they did show in the Club World Cup is that they're a brilliant a brilliant cup team, because they can go deep into it. And on any given Sunday, they can beat absolutely anyone.
Agreed.
But do they have the legs and the longevity to be able to win a Premier League?
But don't you think it's a bit nuts that, and we had this with Arsenal, we're still having it with Arsenal, when are they going to be ready to win the Premier League? Not yet, not this season, a bit too early. And now we're saying it with Chelsea, and they spend millions upon
Arsenal
millions.
already know.
Now, I know Arsenal already now, and this is the season you would think, and Arsenal favourites for a reason, that they're going to win it. But why aren't we saying it with Chelsea? I mean, they spend copious amounts of money.
Yeah, I think had they bought players that are absolutely ready and experienced in the Premier League and have gone the distance previously, whether that be other clubs or at Chelsea, I think we can have that conversation. But we know what Chelsea's transfer policy's been.
Yeah.
Investing into young players that could potentially be superstars, or investing into young players that they can sell on and make massive profit on. So I think for that reason alone, they're not quite ready yet. And if they were, I mean, you look at the quality and you think fair play, but I think that would be a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, it would surprise me, and I think Ugo's 100% right. When you think of what they've signed, João Pedro, 23 years old, Gittins, 20, Garnacho, 21, Esteval's 18, Delap's 22. Do you know what I mean? A lot of these signings are, Buonannote's 20. A lot of these signings are...
22, 23, is that young? It's not really young, is it?
Well, yeah, of course it is. I mean, you're
16, 17, 18, 19, young, right?
Yeah, but even you're not buying these players to win you the league yet. You're thinking in a few years' time they're either going to develop into...
But when's a few years? Because if you've got to wait 5 years for these players to be 26, 27, that's a long time to wait.
Yeah, it's a long time, but you never know. I mean, some of these players won't even be there. But I think they bought them young so that if it doesn't develop how they want, they either sell them on or in a couple of years' time. Because football's, even though it's 2-3 years, it goes like that, doesn't it? When you think about it, it goes so quickly. So.
What I do think would be interesting, Esteval, as people are calling him, he likes to play that Cole Palmer role, right?
He's also not playing there yet, is he?
Well, there can only be one. I just wonder if they've got both of them, so one day they'll sell one for like 250 million and carry on bankrolling more players coming in. What a great problem to have, right?
They're a great business.
Yeah.
We know, I mean, the American owners, they're business-minded. And then you've got a coach who just wants to win. If they can get the symmetry of their ambitions aligned, They'll be a powerhouse that make loads of money. Their FFP won't be an issue, and they hope along the way. To Farah's point, they need to continually win something, even if it's a domestic title. That keeps the fans on side as well as seeing the progress of young players.
When we come back, we're going to be talking about UFC. Tom Aspinall fights at the weekend, the best on the planet, and you had a little rumble with him.
We did.
Okay.
A little roll around.
It was a big roll around, actually. We'll talk about that and more when we come back.
Premier League's profit and sustainability rules are sold to us as financial fair play, a way to keep clubs from going bust. But there are those who feel it's starting to look a lot like a system that protects the big boys and keeps the rest in their lane. Here's how it works and why people feel that way. So clubs can only lose 105 million quid over 3 years, which sounds fair, but here's the kicker. Your limit includes how much you earn. So if you're one of the traditional top 6, you've got massive global revenue streams and you can spend way more while still technically following the rules. Meanwhile, ambitious clubs like Newcastle, Villa or Forest, well, they're bringing a knife to a gunfight. Newcastle might be backed by Saudi billions, but they just can't splurge the cash. Their commercial income isn't there yet. Last season, they won their first domestic trophy since 1955 and qualified for the Champions League, which you'd think would be a great springboard for them to go on and start building a team to challenge at the very top. But because of PSR restraints, they couldn't break their wage structure for a new Alexander Isak contract, and look what happened there. So what's the solution? Well, either loosen the reins so ambitious clubs can spend within their means, or cap spending based on something other than revenue. Otherwise, we're just watching the same 6 teams swapping silverware most seasons, and that, folks, ain't what the Premier League was built on.
Well, Matt's Friday Night Live, TNT Sports, talkSPORT Hour. It's me, Andy Goldstein, and Premier League 100 Club member Darren Bent, and of course, someone you never swipe left, former England rugby star and TNT Sports pundit Ugo Monye. Always right. For us at 7, Hugh will be hosting.
No, mate, I'm here. You do this all the time. I'm here with you. I'm obviously not doing the show afterwards.
With Hugh?
No, I'm here with you now.
No, Hugh wasn't off.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Hugh will be hosting live
No,
Premier League.
I'm here. Me, you and Hugo. We're here now.
No, Hugh wasn't off.
Okay.
Hosting live Premier League football as West Ham go to Leeds. Come on, do it. Good joke. Every week. Remember that over on talkSPORT 2, you can hear Preston against Sheffield United in the Championship. We'll bring you the team news for those games as soon as it drops. Now, tomorrow from 7 p.m, fans will be able to watch UFC 321 as Tom Aspinall makes his first defence of his heavyweight title against his opponent. Exclusively live.
No, what's his name?
I'm not going to get it.
Name? Go on.
Cyril Gane.
There you go.
Is that it? Cyril Gane, exclusively live on TNT Sports Box Office. Let's get more on this now as we're joined by TNT Sports UFC expert, and he's an expert, Nick Peet. PT, good evening to you.
Good evening, boys.
Did I pronounce his name correctly?
You absolutely nailed it, mate. Yeah, you got it. Bang on.
You.
Cyril Gane. Isn't it bizarre that the baddest man on the planet on Saturday will be fought between a guy called Thomas and a guy called Cyril? There's two matchups we probably never thought we'd get for the heavyweight title.
Right, listen, let's obviously start with that fight because Tom Aspinall now is the baddest man on the planet. Are we going to see anything other than an Aspinall victory? Because he, to me, I don't know too much about this sport. Ryan does. I know, obviously, you do. But I'm led to believe that no one can even come close to him.
Well, before Tom got into the UFC, Cyril Gane came in and everyone was saying he's the next generation heavyweight. He's the heavyweight that's 6'5", 250 pounds, but moves like a middleweight, so light on his feet, fantastic footwork. And then Tom came in and it was like, oh, we've got two of these next generation heavyweights. Cyril Gane had a couple of cracks at the UFC heavyweight title and ultimately fell short. Tom got his opportunity, took it with both hands. And as you say there, Tom's had 15 wins, 15 finishes. You know, he's had 9 fights in the UFC. 8 of them have gone in the first round. That's how destructive he is because he's got the footwork, but he's also got the speed. He's also got the ground game. But every fight starts on its feet, and that is Cyril Gane's biggest strength. And in that position, if it was a pure kickboxing match, Cyril Gane versus Tom Aspinall, you could argue is a real 50-50 fight. It's when it hits the ground, that's when Cyril's in trouble, because that's where Tom is an absolute monster.
Nick, I know you've probably been asked this question a lot of times, and I'll get back to this fight in a minute, but why did we never see Tom versus John Jones?
Because John Jones, quite bluntly, there wasn't enough data on Tom Aspinall, I believe, for John Jones to be able to do his research, because that's who John Jones is. He's a game planner. He likes to study his opponents. He doesn't take late notice opponents, never has in his career, even though he's, quite often labelled the greatest of all time. There just purely wasn't enough information on Tom Aspinall.
Do you agree with that answer? Because that sounds to me like the most cowardly answer I've ever heard.
I 100% agree with that answer, because if you're supposed to be the baddest man on the planet, if you're the heavyweight champion of the world, you shouldn't be dodging anybody. To define your legacy as the greatest of all time, it's like Muhammad Ali got to a certain point in his career and said, you know what, there's not enough data on these new young guys coming through. I'm going to call it a day. No, but that's exactly what John Jones has done. John Jones will be sitting somewhere in America watching this fight tomorrow, praying Cyril Gane, who he beat in 1 round, praying Cyril Gane lands something so he can point the finger and laugh back at Tom Aspinall.
But that won't be happening.
No, it won't be. I mean, Tom, now he's the undisputed, and that's absolutely fantastic, and we love him. He's a brilliant character. How much pressure do you think he's got going into this just to be able to take another step forward?
I think he's under tons of pressure, but I think they both are. In Tom's regard, John's walked away from the game now, as Tom himself said. I will retire John Jones without even stepping into an octagon with him, and he's been proven right. But obviously, the pressure there now is to go and deliver. John Jones beat this guy in 1 round. And if you're the 1 round guy, who Tom is, then you've got to match that. And the world is watching and seeing if you can build this legacy in this heavyweight run that you're claiming you're going to do. But also, look at it the other way you go. Cyril Gane's had 2 shots at the UFC heavyweight title. You're very, very fortunate to get 3. He's definitely never going to get a 4th. So the pressure's on him, because if he doesn't pick that belt up here on Saturday night, there is no championship future for him come Sunday morning. Potentially his career is over. So there's tons of pressure on both of them, to be honest.
Nick, again, let me ask you about Tom then, because he's 32, and I feel like with the UFC, you can age quite quickly overnight. We've seen some of the best fighters in UFC all of a sudden lose 1 fight, and then that's it. They're never the same. How long do you think Tom then's got this level? Because as you said there, he's probably the most destructive fighter on the planet.
Yeah, you're looking at the heavyweight division, and most heavyweights, if you think about Lennox Lewis and things like that, probably peak around 35, 36. So I would argue he's not at his peak yet. Also, because he's finishing everybody, he's had 9 fights. His average fight time is 2 minutes and 20 seconds, I think it is, in the UFC. There's no damage, there's no... He's not taking a lot. Obviously, the fight camps are taking a lot out of him, but he's got a massive team around him now, and there's no stone unturned in terms of looking at every aspect of his training. But there's no weathering there. It's not like he's been through these grueling 5-round fights where so many fighters do, and then ultimately that's when the injuries come in. That's when Father Time catches up with you. So I don't think we've even seen. I think we're just seeing the tip of the iceberg of what Tom has potential of. Genuinely. This kid from Atherton near Greater Manchester could well be, never mind the best heavyweight we've ever seen in this sport, he could go on to become the most successful fighter, period. Not even out of Britain, because he just looks so destructive. Nick, if he stays in MMA, by the way.
Nick, on the back, we'll talk about he might go into boxing in just a moment. I think his dad said that. But on the back of what you've just said, right, whenever I think of UFC, I think of, Bent has just mentioned John Jones, I think of Conor McGregor, I think of, this is just me, Michael Bisping. These are like names that are known throughout the world, not just because they're UFC, but we just know their names. Some people have heard of them, don't necessarily know what they do. Can the same be said for Tom Aspinall?
Not yet, because this is his first defence of the undisputed heavyweight title. So he has been in the shadow of John Jones, who for the last decade has dominated this sport. Now, that's why we were talking about pressure, and I think what Hugo was pointing at before. Now the pressure's on Tom to deliver. Go on then. Go. Everyone's saying you're the next generation heavyweight. You're the future of this sport. We've never seen anything like you in the heavyweight division. Well, if that's true, go out and deliver now. Now you've got to rack up defences. Now you've got to go undefeated in, so many title fights. You've got to break the record. Stipe Miocic has got the record in the UFC for most heavyweight defences. It's only 3. But bear in mind, this heavyweight title's only existed for not even 3 decades yet. So the sport is so young, but all those names you've just mentioned then, there is an opportunity to become a global superstar when you start racking up the wins. Bear in mind, he's been sitting out for 15 months because John Jones has messed him about.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild. Saturday's so massive. I'm sure you're backing Tom Aspinall for the win on Saturday. But how do you think this fight ends?
Well, you probably know better than me. I've seen the footage when you were rolling around on the mats, you know. So he did mention something about you, one of his main sparring partners.
I'll tell you what, we've got that. Let's roll that footage in. Actually, this is if you're not lucky enough to be near YouTube. This is Hugo Monnier having a roll around with Tom Aspinall. While we play the footage, maybe you can talk us through it, Hugo.
Do you know what, we were just wrestling, and he said, "Okay, now we're just going to go. We're going to go at it." And so I was thrilled to be able to get him on the floor, and I was chuffed at that. I would have been happy if they just rung the bell there. I managed to just about escape this one, and then he flips on my back. I'm not a small person. I'm just over 6'1". He's 6'5", and he's 20 kilograms heavier than me. It is also worth just adding the context to this. It's not like we were throwing punches or the rest of it. If he wanted to take my life at any moment, he could have taken it. And the other thing I've got to say, because I've not done contact sports for a number of years, my neck was in pieces for 3 or 4 days after it, just because the body management, you have to be so robust in order to be able to take all of these shots. Yeah. He's 125 kilograms. Like leaning on me. Imagine that weight, that pressure. So, I mean, I was chuffed. He's the baddest man on the planet.
What about Prime Hugo?
Prime Hugo.
I don't think we've seen that yet.
Exactly that. It was great. He's an unbelievable grappler. But do you think Tom grapples his way to victory, or are we seeing a punch, a knockout blow? How does it end?
Yeah, well, Tom obviously has got a lot of first-round finishes, and John Jones, when he beat Cyril Gane, he simply shot for the double leg, took him down, used his grappler and put him in a submission position. Everybody knows Cyril Gane hasn't got a background in grappling or wrestling, so that is the hole in his game. But that title fight was a couple of years ago, and it's up to Cyril Gane to go away and fill those holes if he's ever going to realise his full potential. But obviously, you would think Tom being a black belt, that is the path of least resistance. Yeah. But Tom isn't necessarily a guy that shoots for singles or double legs. If you look at most of his fights, which he finishes people with his hands because he drops them because he's so fast. And when they hit the canvas, you've got this 255-pound hulking monster coming down on you, throwing punches all over the place. And it's usually that's how it stops. So I don't think we'll see him shoot. But if Cyril Gane hits the floor and there's an arm or there's a neck to be grabbed, you better believe Tom will grab it.
Nick, before I let you go, I don't know if you know the answer to this, but we love our sport. We don't just love UFC. We don't just love football. We love our sport. Liverpool playing Saturday night. I'm led to believe this fight is in Abu Dhabi, and it might take to the Octagon round about 9:30, which would mean a clash. Do UFC, do they usually wait for another sporting event, like in boxing? They usually wait. If there's a big football match on, they wait for that to finish before the main event. Will that happen in UFC, do you think?
No, it won't happen. Not for a sport like football. No, they don't. They won't wait for Liverpool. Unfortunately, maybe if Paddy the Baddy was on the bill, yeah, they definitely wouldn't. But funnily enough, a couple of years ago, Canelo Alvarez actually sat in his dressing room in New York while the UFC played out their main events to let the UFC finish. That's where the pecking order's gone over in the US right now. So, but no, they won't wait for the Reds. But I will have the Reds on my iPad or my phone somewhere, just keeping across here because we're winning again now. I'm happy again.
Not in the league. What time do you think it'll be in the Octagon? About 9:30?
Oh, 9:30, I think, okay. And it's on TNT box office, and it's going to be absolutely unreal. The country needs to get behind Tom Aspinall. If you've not watched him yet, believe you me, this guy, you could compare his run right now is comparable to Mike Tyson in the 80s. Get behind him. He's a superstar.
Yeah, I think it's going to be great. Nick, thanks for coming on. Are you, by the way, in a hotel room or are you in maybe a spare room in your house? It looks very posh where you are.
No, I'm in Abu Dhabi, aren't I? I'm in my
you're there now,
room.
are you? Okay.
For anyone who's been out to the Middle East, there's no such thing as anything less than a 5-star hotel. So I'm being well looked after, to be honest.
Well, listen, enjoy. I think it's going to be an unbelievable night of contact sport. I really do. It'll be fantastic. And let's hope we get a Tom Aspinall victory.
Absolutely. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Okay. Thanks for that.
So we've got Liverpool Brentford tomorrow.
Yeah.
We've got Aspinall.
Yeah.
And Parker Wardley.
Yeah.
Mate.
We're going to need 16. We need Well, look, he hasn't got one. He hasn't got one. Why have you done that?
Yeah, look, I don't want to go to jail, that's why.
He hasn't got one. He's got two. Find us at 7. Hugh Wilsoncroft hosts live Premier League football as West Ham go to Leeds. Team news for that is in Sam Matterface. By the way, Sam, your hair looks amazing. He's got all the details. Hi, Sam.
Oh, thank you very much, Andy. I do appreciate your little delivery that was left for me this morning. Look, I'm going to be completely honest with you. As far as I understand it, there was a little bit of sickness in both camps over the course of this week. That's the only way I can explain the team selection, especially for West Ham United tonight. Let's start. There's no Callum Wilson from the start. Let's just get that out there. No striker in the West Ham team again. For Leeds United, 4 changes from the team that lost against Burnley. Luca Perry comes back in goal to replace Carl Darlow. The right back is Bogle. Rodon Bijol makes a Premier League debut, and Goodmanson in the back line. That's a 4-man back line. Longstaff, Ampadu and Tanaka in midfield. Aronson, Calvert-Lewin and Okafor in attack. Now, he was a bit of a doubt, but he's in the team. Pascal Struijk is on the bench today. So is Daniel James, who came off the bench in that game against Burnley after injury. Joel Pirro, Mecha, Stack, who's usually in the team, also on the bench today. Jack Harrison, James Justin and Ilya Gruev. Let's turn our attention to West Ham United. God knows. The team from the defeat at the London Stadium makes one change. One change. Areola is the goalkeeper. I think they're playing a back three of Wan-Bissaka, Todibo and Kilman. Diouf at left wing back and Scholes at right wing back, because that worked on Monday. Souček and Irving in the middle of the park, and Bowen, Paquetá and Somerville going forward. I mean, Dean Ashton is sitting alongside me. He's trying to write it down and work it out. We're baffled by that team selection, bearing in mind that on the bench they have Matías Fernandes, huge big money signing, Sangatu Magassa, who was on the bench on Monday, Freddie Potts, Callum Marshall, Guido Rodriguez, Callum Wilson, Carl Walker-Peters and Igor Julio. Pick the bones out of that, boys.
Goals, goals, goals. Thanks, Sam. A reminder, over on talkSPORT 2, you can hear Preston against Sheffield United in the Championship. Team news for that is also in. Mark Wilson has more. Hi, Mark.
Hi, guys. Preston make 2 changes from the midweek loss to Birmingham. Alfie Devine replaces Ali McCann in midfield, and Lewis Dobbin comes in for Michael Smith. They go with Everson in goal, the back three of Story, Gibson and Hughes. Whiteman holding midfielder, Offia, Devine, Armstrong and Vukovic in the middle, with Jebison, the former Blade, partnering Lewis Dobbin up front. For the Blades, they make 4 changes. Won the last 2 games. They make 4 changes from the win at Blackburn. Brooks, Burrows, Campbell and Riedewald come in, as out goes Samari, McCallum, Cannon and Ings. It's Cooper in goal, the back three of Tanganga, McGuinness and me. Ogbene, Peck in the middle of the field alongside Burrows and Riedewald, and it'll be Brooks and Campbell alongside Callum O'Hare in the front 3 positions. We're live on talkSPORT 2 from 7:45. Former Liverpool and Blade striker Courtney Sweetman-Kirk alongside me at Deepdale for Preston against Sheffield United.
Thanks, Mark. And a reminder, of course, the Sports Bar Weekend will be on air from 10 or straight after the final whistle to take your calls on another busy night of football. When we come back, it'll be DB v TNT bracket sports. Welcome back to Friday Night Live, TNT Sports and talkSPORT Hour. It's me, Andy Goldstein, Premier League 100 club member. Darren Bent, former England rugby star and Housewives' favourite, Ugo Monye. Time now for this, everyone.
It's time.
It is tight and tense.
We're flying and our fists are punching. DB versus TNT.
What drama on talkSPORT, just when you think you've seen it all.
Good night.
We've only got about 2 minutes. I'm going to rattle through this. Right, time for our feature, DB v TNT Sports, where each week on Friday Night Live, Premier League 100 club member Darren Bent has been pitting himself against our studio guest from TNT Sports. This week, of course, we've got Ugo Monye. Every Friday, they'll be predicting some of the biggest games from the weekend. If they correctly get a result right, they get a point. If they get the score right, they get 3. Scores currently are DB on 25, TNT Sports 20. So, Ugo, pull your socks up.
I've got this.
Right, okay. It says Stephen Bennett. I don't know who Steve is.
Last week.
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah, of course. Copy and paste. Right, tonight, 8 p.m, I'll go with Ugo first. Now, we've just heard the West Ham team. Sam Matterface was quite scathing. It's a game you can hear live on talkSPORT Ellen Road. Of course, Leeds the home side. Ugo, what will the score be?
2-1 to Leeds.
Okay, just the 2 goals.
Just because West Ham are so desperate for something, I think it'll be a tighter game. I do expect Leeds to have more chance.
Oh, okay, shut up. Benny, what are you going for?
I've written down 2-1 Leeds.
Okay, you both got the same. But no.
Look,
Do you know what?
I've already got my
Do you know what?
score.
I'm going to do a new rule. No, listen, new rule from now, right now, that if one of you answers one, the other one can't be the same. All right? So I'll let you have that. All right?
I've written all mine.
Who goes to guess?
So have I, look.
Shut up.
Okay.
Brentford against Liverpool live on TNT Sports and talkSPORT tomorrow at 8 p.m. Ugo, you're the guest, so you'll always go first.
3-1 Liverpool.
Aye.
Well, you got to change it now. Well, you got to change it quickly. Quickly, Betty. What are you going for?
I'm going to go for...
Quick. 3-0 or 2-0?
I'm going to go 2-0 Liverpool.
2-0 Liverpool. Okay, last one, 4:30. Spurs against Everton. It's at Everton. Ugo.
Well, I'm not going first.
Ugo to guess.
2-1 Everton.
Okay.
I'm going 2-1 Everton.
You can't. I just told you.
I don't
Wait,
care.
either you change it or I change
Are
it.
you TNT? No, you're not.
You're not.
Joe, 3-1.
Oh, 3-1. There you go, 3-1.
Yeah, that's what I meant. 3-1.
Ugo said 2-1. Right,
3-1 Everton. 3-1 Everton.
Okay, he said 2-1. Ugo, always a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
What are you doing tonight? You going to cinema? You going dancing? What are you doing?
Going home. Going to go and watch the rugby tonight.
Okay, well, enjoy it. Have a great weekend. Benny, I'll see you
next week.
When I see you. Yeah, I'll see you next week. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend. 4 o'clock Monday for more of the same. Be safe, everyone. Be safe.